Important update about YouTube playlists. Hey everyone. We've received many messages asking why our YouTube playlists aren't showing up. Do we create YouTube playlists? Yes, we absolutely do. So why can't you see them? Honestly, we're not sure. We've been in contact with YouTube support for several months now, but we still haven't received a clear answer or solution. After much discussion, our team has decided to take matters into our own hands. We believe the issue might be related to the number of playlists we've created on a single channel, possibly too many. Our solution? We're launching 2 additional YouTube channels, giving us a total of 3. This way, we can organize our audiobooks better and avoid the playlist visibility issue in the future. This change only affects our YouTube audience. If you're a patron supporter, you can still access all our audiobooks by visiting the collection menu on Patreon. Thanks so much for your time and continued support. Happy listening. She must have been summoned and enslaved just like the other girl. Thanks for the save, Odin. Crap, Ingvild, let's go. It seems they decided to attack seeing as they have been discovered. Makes sense if they don't have control over their actions. I sent a thought communication to Raiden. Raiden, don't break the sound isolation around your ears. You take the redhead, I'll take the other one. Also don't kill her. It seems she is under someone's control. She can be a useful source of information. Yes, Felix-sama. I also get to see how much stronger Raiden has gotten. She should be capable of taking on an enlightened relatively easily, even one as strong as this redhead. I turn towards Ingvild, who has her eyes closed. I'm sorry. I use thought acceleration so I can take my time and analyze her. I do remember that she was said to be a relatively kind girl. Unfortunately, I never read up to the part of DxD where she was introduced, so I don't know everything about her. I do however know the general gist of her situation though. I remember she inherited the Leviathan clan trait, along with a sacred gear that increases her control over the ocean, along with allowing her to control dragons. I wonder what sort of skills she got from her sacred gear and clan trait? Those are bound to be interesting. Likely some sort of unique skill related to her ability to control the ocean. The thing I'm interested in is her ability to control dragons. How far can she take it? Could she theoretically control a true dragon? True dragons were around before the very concept of dragon was formed after all. So do they count as dragons? Is there a limit on the strength of the dragon she can control? Can she control any dragon-related species like Milim? Otherworlders come with such interesting abilities. Just look at me, Rimuru, and Hinata. We all have broken abilities in our own way. I remember Ingvild had the power to sink an entire country with her ability to control the ocean, so she is decently powerful. And that's without being named. I'm not sure why her summoner didn't name her. Maybe she was too strong? Or maybe they were scared she would manage to break free of their binding? Answer. Humans generally lack the magicule capacity to name monsters, and even in the case her summoner had enough magicules, naming a monster on the level of Ingvild would have been beyond possibly even a saint. Really? Beyond even a saint? Dang, it seems I've been underestimating how difficult it is to name stronger magians, since it was quite easy for me to name a primordial and they are far beyond the current Ingvild, even without names. Well, it's her summoner's loss since I should be capable of freeing her. Well, let me take a look at her skills with Odin. It seems her clan trait, Sea Serpent of the End, and her sacred gear, combined into a single unique skill due to their compatibility. Instead of merely giving her control over the ocean, now she has basically absolute control over the element of water. She can't be challenged when it comes to water manipulation unless someone possesses a similar or greater level of authority over it as her. I am capable of challenging her when it comes to manipulation of water due to law domination. An ultimate skill based on water manipulation sounds interesting. I can already think of the name, Leviathan, Lord of the Sea. It fits with her lineage as well. Now that I know her general capabilities, I think I should free her now, or maybe I should see how strong she is in a fight? Nah, she is already under control, who knows what she has had to do, no reason to extend her suffering for my own amusement. I may not be a purely good person, but I don't think I am a purely bad person either. I appear behind Ingvild and grab her shoulder. It has been detected that individual known as Ingvild is under someone's control. Should Odin undo the spell? Yes, Raiden. She looked towards the enemy that dared to inconvenience her master. It was the job of a maid to deal with such troubles. She was quite weak when compared to even the weakest of her master's direct subordinates, so she should be no trouble, though she did have an interesting armor she was wearing. From the aura it was giving off, it was perhaps a unique grade armor. Her master would love to have that, so she will get it for him. First she will have to deal with this wretch. Her master will easily be able to deal with the other girl. Don't get her wrong, she was strong, probably stronger than the ex-demon Lord Carrion, but her magicule levels were not on her own level, let alone her master's. She looked towards the redhead. Time to deal with her. It seems the redhead is saying something. She could tell what the redhead was saying due to being able to read her lips. It seems she was worried about her companion. She will have to worry about herself soon. She flared her dragon's haki. She ignored the damage her haki caused to her surroundings and solely focused on her opponent. It seems she has some willpower for not immediately kneeling in submission. She took out the odd weapon from her thigh and aimed it towards her. It seems it shoots some form of projectile. She predicted its path and made sure to position herself properly to avoid it, but to her surprise the projectile appeared right in front of her, almost as if it was teleporting. She was able to adjust at the last moment. Thanks to thought acceleration, she had more than enough time to defend herself from her surprise attack. It seems this woman has some form of spatial manipulation, though far from the level of her master, but she doubted there was anyone as capable as him when it comes to spatial manipulation. In her humble opinion, Lord of Space would have been a fitting title. She channeled lighting all over her body with her unique skill, Thunder. Her master called this ability the Lightning Armor. It provided a comprehensive boost to almost all her physical abilities. Manipulating it became second nature to her after she received her unique skill from her master's blessing. She quickly appeared in front of her opponent, and shocked her with all the lightning she had been gathering towards her hand, causing her to fall unconscious. Even Zuko would not want to be hit by her attack, let alone a weaker enlightened. She did not even need to use her holy magic to deal with this annoyance, though that was probably a good thing seeing as her master did not want this woman seriously injured. Why would whoever sent her even consider sending someone as weak as her to inconvenience her master? They must have had faulty information if they thought she would cause her master trouble. Maybe they were hoping the second woman would be able to trouble her master? Oh well, she trusted her master to be able to deal with her. Now she would wait, like a good maid. Maybe he would praise her? Chapter 48, Part 4. Now that she is free, I stop using thought acceleration. She stops preparing her attack all of a sudden as her eyes widen. I'm free? Huh, for her to immediately stop the attack must mean that she was trying to resist the command the entire time. Truly a kind girl. Correct, I was able to free you from your binding. I didn't see a point in killing you since you were being controlled. I ordered my subordinate not to kill your friend either, so she is fine as well. I noticed her blink away the tears that were starting to form. Ah. Thank you, you have no idea how much this means to me. It's fine, as long as you can tell me a little about whoever sent you here, I'll consider your debt repaid. Yes. I would be more than happy to tell you about that. Could I request if I could see Glenda? I would like to make sure she is okay, and explain everything to her. Yeah, sure. I stop using isolate, causing the barrier around us to dispel. Glenda. I turned to look towards Raiden. Ah, it seems her friend was knocked unconscious. Man, did Raiden cause a lot of damage to the area. I turned towards Ingvild. Ah, sorry about that. It seems Raiden had to knock your friend unconscious. If you want, I could take you to my castle so your friend can recover. Thank you. I would appreciate that. Ah. I haven't introduced myself. My name Ingvild Leviathan. She included her last name, which is Surprise, though I guess the name Leviathan doesn't really have any significance in this world. Leviathan, huh? Like the devil? She looked shocked. Yes. She was my ancestor, but how did you know? No one else in this world recognizes that name. That's because I'm an otherworlder like you. I see, like me and Glenda then, huh? So the redhead named Glenda is an otherworlder as well? Alright, we can talk later. Let me take you back to my castle to rest first. I teleported us back to my castle and undid Glenda's slave seal. I looked towards Zuko, Kurami, and Megaman, who appeared the moment I teleported back. Alright, you two, the situation has been dealt with, but be careful just in case there are more attackers. Zuko, can you show these two to a room to rest? Be careful with the redhead, as you can see she is unconscious. Yes, Felix-sama. I wait for her to lead them away before turning to Megaman. Megaman, could you scout the perimeter of the castle, and make sure there is no one there? I already checked with Universal Sense, but it's best to be careful, who knows what kind of bullshit skills someone might have. Got it. Kurami, I don't have anything for you to do now, so you can rest. You've been training relentlessly recently. It's good to want to pursue strength, but take a break every once in a while. Don't forget why you want to be strong in the first place. Kurami gave me a short nod, as she left looking thoughtful. It seems I gave her something to think about. I turned to Raiden. Thanks for taking care of her for me. You've been serving me for what feels like ages, so let me know if you want a reward or something. It has been my pleasure, Master. But a reward? May I get back to you on that? Yeah, sure, take your time. It's been a little while since Ingvild and Glenda decided to stay here and serve me. I ended up picking Milim up the next day and explaining what happened to Rimuru. Milim was upset that I didn't take her since she wanted to fight even though she had just fought Veldora the day before. That girl is an absolute battle maniac at times. Ingvild and Glinda ended up deciding to stay here since they don't really have anywhere else to go. In the case of Ingvild, I told her about what I knew about her and her world. She was quite heartbroken upon hearing that her mother had passed away long ago, but I did tell her that my information could be wrong. These aren't fictional worlds anymore after all, events may have gone differently. I told her not to get her hopes up though, and it seems like she understood. I didn't end up telling her about my ability to travel worlds yet, as I haven't even tested it myself. I wanted to wait before I got her hopes up like that. Glinda ended up deciding to serve me since Ingvild decided to. It turns out the two are pretty close friends. The thing that truly won Glinda over was the food and promise of rewards though. I told her that if she serves me well, I would upgrade her gun, so that gave her something to work towards. Along with that, she loved Raiden's cooking so much that she completely forgot that they had fought only a few days ago, and immediately began trying to butter up to her. She must not have eaten a lot of good food then, huh? Glinda was an enlightened with a unique skill called Sniper. It has 3 sub-skills: Magic Sense, Predictive Calculation, which allows her to predict the outcome of an action, and finally Spatial Manipulation. This unique skill might seem basic, but spatial manipulation is not to be underestimated. With sufficient mastery, I could see someone creating something similar to infinity. Her armor was also quite interesting. The Elemental Mail is an armor that helps her draw out the true power of her contracted spirits. She herself only has contracted with medium spirits, so it isn't a massive boost, but it's still something. According to her, all the members of the 10 Great Saints have it, while Hinata has the superior version of it. That was another thing that came up. She was a member of the 10 Great Saints. I can't wait to tease Luminous about that. She let another spy slip by into one of her most elite groups. Gahaha, I'll make sure she never hears the end of it. It turns out that Glinda was spying for a man named Granbl Rosso. He summoned her, enslaved her, and has been using her for assassinations, spying, basically anything where her skills would be useful. He has been around for over 1,000 years, and has been secretly amassing more and more power. He is located in the kingdom of Siltrasso, a small country on the borders of Falmouth and Ingrassia. Apparently Granbl Rosso and his descendants have been secretly controlling the Western Council since its founding. They formed a group called the 5 Great Elders. They will definitely make Rimuru dreams of coexistence that much harder, seeing as how, according to her, Granbl is obsessed with his own power, and keeping his family's power intact. Basically a meddlesome old man that has outstayed his welcome in the living world. I made sure Glinda wasn't lying either, thanks to Odin. I will have someone keep an eye on her though, seeing as I don't have a connection with her, it will be harder to know what her intentions truly are. After all, trust is earned, not given. Chapter 49, Part 5. Maybe I can have a demon watch her when Arcuaid returns. She should be here soon, seeing as she sent me a message saying that she was on her way here earlier today. Finally I can hand off all this work to her. Freedom is in my sight. Still, Granbl Rosso is definitely someone I need to plan for. Maybe I'll have Arcuaid figure out a good way to deal with him. He isn't the only one. There were 2 people who were able to give Glinda orders, Granbl, and his granddaughter Mariabelle. Glinda doesn't know much about Mariabelle as she got most of her orders from Granbl, but she did say that Mariabelle and Granbl had a secret force under them called the Blood Shadows. She herself was part of that group. Along with that, Ingvild herself decided to serve me of her own volition, since she said that she thought that I was a good person, and someone that was worthy to serve. She said there weren't many of those in this world. Absolutely hilarious, me a good person. I ended up telling her about what I did to Clayman's army. I didn't want her serving me due to some fantasy she conjured up in her mind. It would end badly for her when she inevitably finds out that I'm not who she pictured. She simply said that I did what I had to do to bring the people I cared for back. After all, they had attacked first, and were planning to invade a country without provocation. Then she brought up the fact that I didn't kill her or Glinda even though they were here with malicious intention. That did cause me to pause for a moment, but I just told her I'm not a good person. That doesn't mean I'm unreasonable or lack empathy. For some reason, after I said that, she looked at me smugly. I just gave up at that point. Since she decided to serve me, I ended up naming her Ingvild. She became a demon dupe. Her magicule capacity is slightly lower than that of Raiden, Kuramis and Sikos, which is something surprising. After all the training they have done, along with the gifts they received from my harvest festival, they would potentially be able to match a weaker true demon lord. In a fight I still wouldn't be sure who would win. They each have their own specialities, and their overall strength is close enough that fighting experience might decide the winner. I was also able to analyze her skills in detail through the connection I now have with her. Her unique skill, Kraken, allows her absolute control over the sea, and water in general. Along with this, since it is a fusion of her clan trait, Sea Serpent of the End, and her sacred gear, it also possesses the ability to weaken, strengthen and control dragons, though controlling true dragons is beyond it. Maybe if she evolves it into an ultimate skill, Its controlling effect might extend to true dragons. Still, her ability to weaken, strengthen and control dragons is not to be underestimated. Even dragons vastly stronger than her can be controlled, though it is possible to resist this with pure willpower. Along with this, she cannot control dragons with ultimate skills, or dragons with divinity. Ingvild is a natural counter to Raiden, much to the latter's displeasure, though I do think that Raiden is capable of resisting Ingvild's control, though she is still vulnerable to being weakened. And even then, according to Odin, I can easily free her from Ingvild's control through our connection, not that I think Ingvild would do something like that. Even Raiden couldn't bring herself to dislike Ingvild though, she's a sweetheart after all. She enjoys singing, and when she does, I often see Raiden listening and if she is nearby. To think Raiden would be charmed with music. Notice, the coordinates for the world known as Jujutsu Kaisen have been determined. Master is capable of traveling to that world at will. For real? I can finally travel to another world? Gaha, this is gonna be a lot of fun. My slice of life adventure is in sight. Before I do that, it's best if I make sure that everything is going well around my territory. I expand my senses to see what's going on in my territory and I find myself surprised. I sense 3 unknown beings coming towards my castle, though they don't seem to have hostile intent. They seem to be decently strong as well. What is it with a bunch of random people showing up in my territory? Is there an invitation I don't know about? Siko, 3 unknown people are coming towards the castle, come greet them with me at the front. I see, do you want me to beat them up? No Siko, I don't want you to beat them up yet, only beat them up if they turn out to be hostile. Yes Felix-sama. Raiden, Megaman, Kurami, Ingvild, Glenda, you guys don't need to come, Siko alone should be able to handle it. Once I hear everyone's agreements I cut the communication off. Once we arrive I see 3 Majin waiting for us, all 3 of them are rather large. The one in the lead with earrings stepped up. Oh, are you the Demon Lord Felix? And is that your subordinate? My old man told me about you, he said you were quite strong. Quite the compliment from someone like him, how interesting, let me get warm big bro, leave the Demon Lord to us. We want to have some fun too. How about you fight the girl he brought with him? That's right, my tummy hungry so she is fine. It seems they are brothers and came here to pick a fight. Still, their father told them about me? Seeing as these guys seem to be giants, it must have been Drumroll that told them about me. Now what could he want? If they are his sons, I need to be careful, I don't want to have to fight Drumroll, he is incredibly powerful, not someone I want to fight for no real reason. It seems like a pain in the ass. Shut up. Felix-sama does not have time to deal with you worms. His time is precious so let me take all 3 of you on and get rid of you. Ah, if they wanted to fight I was going to have Siko beat them up, so this works with my plans. Huh? Oi, are you looking down on us? I was going to hold back on you since you're a woman, but not anymore, get ready to cry. Sexism is a thing here it seems. My tummy reacted to your words a bit, it seems I am going to get a grand meal. Siko should be able to handle these 3 quite easily, don't get me wrong, they are strong, probably around Demon Lord seed level, but Siko is stronger. And the one rule this world follows is, numbers don't mean anything to the strong. Oi, Siko, just make sure not to destroy the castle, or the building surrounding it, I just had those built. Yes. That's my girl. Gaha, I admire your boldness woman, say, if you retract your words, we'll go easy on you. Do they not sense the difference between them? Ah. Why is Siko concealing her aura? Did she want these guys to provoke her into a fight? And I thought she had learned, I guess it was too much to ask for. Siko sneered at them, and even taunted them, ha. As if you weaklings can beat me. Hearing that the 3 of them rushed at her together. The fat guy was surprisingly agile, he launched himself at Siko like a cannon. Though Siko was unfazed by this, she just kicked him away towards the guy with the earrings. She is incredibly strong physically as well, not just magically. She appeared next to the second guy with vertical teardrop-like markings on the side of his face. She grabbed him and threw him over her shoulder while he was stupefied at what was happening. That guy isn't going to be getting up for the remainder of the fight. How dare you harm my bro? The guy with earrings sprang up from behind Siko to try and get a sneak attack. Unfortunately for him, he was not successful. Siko quickly turned around and lifted the guy up by the neck, knocking him unconscious in the process before throwing him at the last remaining brother. What the hell? We are giants, you know. Shouldn't we be the stronger ones? Siko laughed at them with disdain as she launched herself towards the last guy. He tried to avoid but she was just too fast for him. She grabbed his arms and started twisting them, almost as if to test his strength. How pitiful, the guy's arms were folded in a super weird angle. I would be worried if I didn't know they all had self-regeneration. The guy is definitely in a lot of pain though. Siko didn't seem to care though as she finished him off with a punch to the face. Alright, good job Siko, that's enough. Hopefully they've learned their lesson. Just leave them out here. Hopefully they will leave when they wake up. Yes. As we are heading back in, I contemplate what a demon lord like Dagrul could want with sending his sons here. Oh well, hopefully they go back home, or behave themselves. Hey. Wait. Oh? They already woke up? Well, I guess it's to be expected that they are durable. They are giants after all. Siko turned back to look at them. Eh? You wanna be beat up again? Why does she sound like Megaman? Whoa, this demon lord is stronger than the old man said if he has subordinates like that. Indeed, this demon lord Felix must be a monster. Strong. Sigh, what do you three want? Might as well hear them out so that I can get a clear picture of what is going on. Yes, sir. We are the sons of Demon Lord Dagrul. I am the eldest son Dagura. I am his second son Mura. I am the third son Dibra. So you can talk normally. At least I know I was correct in my suspicions. It always feels great being right. The old man wanted us to go train under Demon Lord Felix, said the oldest Dagura. We were just messing around a bit back home, but the old man lost his temper and kicked us out. Yup, we were chased out. Haha, Dagrul couldn't handle his kids so he kicked them out. I don't know why I find that funny, but I do. Maybe I can hand them to Siko. She should be able to beat some obedience into them. I do need some more strong subordinates after all. Alright, I'll leave you guys in Siko's hands, but my only requirement is that I need to name you. It's best to be able to ascertain their loyalty that way. Yes, sir. That's fine with us. Understood. We will follow Big Sis's lead. Big Sis? When did she become your Big Sis? Whatever, I'll leave that to Siko to sort out. Alright, I name you Dagura, Rura, and Debra. Now that I named them, I can have Odin monitor them through the connection. Who knows, they might be spies. Thank you. I turn towards Siko. Alright, do what you will with them. Yes, Felix-sama, I will turn them into useful warriors for you. Thanks. As I'm heading back in, I sense I'd teleport back along with quite a few other demons. Some of them seem to be decently strong too. Though there is one that stands out, she must be the primordial violet. Well, time to deal with that. Then maybe I can travel to Jujutsu-Kaisen. I'm excited for that. I can think of quite a few things I can bring back that could be useful, like food, modern weapons. Seeing as Glenda has a gun that is capable of firing magicule bullets, I wonder what other ways modern weaponry can be enhanced. Along with that, Odin should be able to analyze some interesting curse techniques. I never got past Gojo's ceiling, so I have no clue what sort of techniques could have popped up, but hopefully the trip will turn out to be fun. Chapter 50, Recruitment. I teleport to where I sense Arcueid at. It seems she is at the training ground. Hopefully this won't turn out similar to what happened with Megaman. Once I appear, I use thought acceleration and observe all the demons she brought along. It's best if I have a basic picture of what I'm working with before I meet them. It seems that Megaman showed up. She probably sensed all the demons and got curious about who Arcueid ended up bringing. I know that Arcueid, Megaman, and I'm assuming Violet all have lieutenants. I gave one of Arcueid's lieutenants to Milim, but she still has one more who she brought with her. She also brought along Megaman's lieutenants, along with Violet's, I'm assuming. I quickly sense who Arcueid's lieutenant is. I assume he will be the strongest primordial of the white lineage except Arcueid, and boy is he strong, far stronger than Arc was as an archdemon. I can see how he has been undefeated for thousands of years. He seems to have the physical form of an elementary school student for some reason. Megaman's lieutenants are also quite mighty, though not as strong as Arcueid's. The first one seems to be a swordsman of some kind, while the second is a blonde woman. I can't gather much more information about them without a deeper analysis. Violet's lieutenants are, of course, also strong. If I can get Violet to serve me, then that will be 5 extremely strong demons serving under me right away, not including the primordials themselves, or the other archdemons, greater demons, and lesser demons they brought along. It must have been a pain to get the lesser demons to follow her orders, seeing as how they are mostly mindless beasts. But even the weakest of the demons would have their uses. I assume that most of the archdemons should have their strength cap lifted, seeing as even Arc was unable to evolve into a demon duke. I don't have high hopes for the lieutenants, let alone the archdemons. Still, once I have named these demons, I will have a significant force under my command. 4 demon dukes including Violet if I get her to serve me, a bunch of archdemons. Hopefully the greater demons can evolve into archdemons, and the lesser demons into at least greater demons. Who knows, maybe even one of the archdemons will evolve into a demon duke. Hopefully there are some archdemons with the potential to reach that level. After the naming, each demon should at the very least reach the A rank. easily becoming my strongest military unit. In total, Arcuaid brought 666 demons including her, quite the ironic number considering that number's significance to Christianity as it represents the devil. But it is still going to be a pain to name all these demons. I stop using thought acceleration. I look towards Arcuaid as she bows. My lord. It is good to see you again after so long. I am glad that you are still in good health. Haha, it's a pleasure to lay witness to your beauty once again as well, Arcuaid. Arcuaid gives me a seductive smile. If you say such things I might think you are flirting with me, my lord. Think what you will, I am simply stating facts. If that is the case, I would not mind accompanying you to bed, my lord. You are quite attractive yourself, and I do find this heart of mine beating for you. Hold on, what the fuck? That got intense real quick. Future note for Felix, don't needlessly flirt with pretty ladies, it might backfire when they flirt back. It seems I have a strong offense but a far weaker defense. Still, I would count this as a win. I see, maybe in the future if you are willing. I've already had this conversation with Siko, she was okay with me having other lovers. In her words, someone as amazing as Felix Sama is bound to have multiple lovers. Huh? Aren't I beautiful as well? Thank you for freeing me from that awkward moment, Megaman. But I'll keep what Arcuaid said in mind. I would be a fool not to become intimate with her should I get the chance, and she is willing. She is outrageously gorgeous after all, and I do enjoy her company as well, so that's a bonus. I turn towards Megaman. Yes, you are beautiful in your own way as well, Megaman. I ignore the smug look she sends Arcuaid's way. Arcuaid. Why are you sending her taunting looks? Notice, it has been detected that demon known as Arcuaid has sent a thought communication claiming her superiority to the demon known as Megaman. Sigh, you're really ruining that mature beauty vibe you have going, Arcuaid. Oh well, the variety is what makes her hotter than she already is. I better cut off this argument in the making before it truly gets started. When these two really get into an argument, there is no stopping them unless I directly intervene. I see you brought quite a few demons, they should prove to be useful. Good job. It was my pleasure completing your orders, my lord. I turn towards the demon observing us with an amused smile. And you must be Violet, a pleasure to meet you. She gave me a bow. Hello to you too, Demon Lord Felix, it is an honor to meet you. Ah, much more civilized than Megaman already. She does have a childish body though. I'm not sure why some of these demons prefer to appear with such a body, but oh well. I assume Arcuaid has already informed you of why I had you brought here? You would be correct, I am willing to serve you, call it an idle curiosity, but first I would like to fight you. I would like to know how much stronger than me you are. Ah, she is still a demon after all, it makes sense she would want to know how much stronger I am. I look towards Arcuaid who understands what I'm trying to convey. She quickly gets everyone out of range of the fight. I don't want to accidentally kill some of my new minions after all. It seems like Siko, Raiden, Kurami, Ingvald, and Glenda have shown up to watch. Those three giants also came along. Beat her up, Felix Sama. Thank you for the encouragement, Megaman. It seems like Siko is saying something to her new minions, I mean students. Raiden is just watching calmly, while Kurami is chatting with Ingvald. It's nice to see all my subordinates are getting along. Good luck, Felix Sama. Ingvald says with a blush. I give her a thumbs up, still that girl gets shy far too easily for how strong she is. I snap my fingers and form a barrier around us with our Ouroboros. Alright, I'll try and make this quick. Hey, already confident, huh? Well, I'll make sure it isn't too easy to beat me. I'm already pissed that Noir was easily able to brush me off. Did she meet Diablo recently? I ignore the attacks coming towards me as Infinity can deal with them. As she is attacking, I analyze the magic she is using. I haven't seen anything like that before. It seems to be some kind of poison. Notice, the poison the demon knows as Violet is using is an extremely deadly toxin that not only affects the physical body, but also the spiritual and astral body. It is capable of even harming the master if it seeps into you. For real? A magic that is capable of harming me is definitely not something to underestimate. All these primordials have some crazy magic up their sleeves. Now how should I beat her? It seems a bit lame to just wait for her to tire out while Infinity deals with all her attacks. She has no hope of disrupting my Infinity with spatial manipulation, so should I choose to wear her down there isn't much she can do. It seems she is trying something different now. Is that nihility magic? Man, she is taking this seriously. I quickly analyze the spell she is using for future use. It seems this application of nihility magic involves surrounding someone in a cocoon of energy from the abyss of hell. Once this is done, the target is erased. Unfortunately for Violet, she can't even reach me with her spell. Quite the interesting magic. Unfortunately it won't work. Haha, I know. But I want to keep trying all sorts of attacks on you and see which one works. I knew it was too good to be true for her to be a completely sane and reasonable demon. She's been around since the dawn of time, she is bound to have some quirks. I slip my hands into my pockets as I stare at Violet. Alright, I'll humor you for a little bit, try your best before I get bored. She doesn't need to know that I am learning from this experience as well, she is giving me a bunch of new magic to add to my repertoire. Hee hee. That's what I'm talking about, I already like you. Let me see you shine. I watch as Violet gathers a rather large amount of magicules. It seems like she is going to do some sort of ice magic. I could use some more ice magic. I doubt it will ever be used, but it's always nice to know a bunch of magic. She spreads her hands wide with a gleeful look on her face. Cositas. The entire area around us was instantly frozen, even the weather changed. It's almost as if it became winter all of a sudden. Damn, that is some cool-ass magic. It basically freezes an absolutely massive area and alters the weather. I suspect that this would affect my entire territory if it weren't for my barrier keeping the magic sealed. I bet this could easily wipe out countries if someone strong enough used this magic, and even weaker people could at least freeze a city with this. Thanks for the magic, Violet. I can't wait to show up some expert ice magic users in other worlds. Nice, that was quite the interesting magic, but you'll have to do better if you want to impress me. I wonder if she has even more interesting magic. Skills might generally be superior, but magic can also be incredibly fearsome if properly developed, so I want to learn all sorts of magic. Ha, good. I can't be serving a lousy master after all. Now what should I use to deal with her? I don't need to worry about using an attack that can affect a spiritual body, as Violet is currently creating a material body made out of pure magicules to interact with the material world. Similar to what I did when I was first summoned, though staying in the physical world is most likely draining her magicules fairly quickly, so I will need to get her and the other demon's bodies soon. Thankfully I have a ton of magisteel. Maybe I should use one of the new abilities I gained after analyzing Uriel? Or maybe I should use her own poison? No, that seems boring. Chapter 51, Part 2. Oh, I know. Alright, it's time to end this now. I use Law Domination to coat my arm in Black Flame Thunder, something that borrows the power of Veldora's own storm attribute. But I don't think Veldora will mind. I also use the data Odin has gathered on Luminous' unique skill, Lust, to make sure this attack affects her at the soul level. After all, she is a primordial, she might not stay down from just her physical body being harmed. She may even have some sort of nullification that can negate my attack entirely. This will negate even pain nullification. Hopefully the pain will be enough to convince her that this fight is over if the attack itself doesn't work. But I hope I don't cause any permanent damage. It should be fine, she's a primordial after all. Since I can use the data I have gathered from Lust to cause pain on a soul level, could I find a way to cause pleasure on a soul level? If I find a way to send pleasure signals to the soul instead of pain signals, I could make the most busted pleasure magic using Lust. Hey, I guess that is why it is called Lust. Once I have enough energy gathered, I make multiple slashing motions with my arm, making sure that the entire interior of my barrier is affected. This way there is no way Violet can come out unscathed. I'm not particularly worried about if she will come to serious harm due to this. She can easily regenerate her body using magicules after all. Once I approach where I sense Violet, I come face to face with a writhing Violet who is regrowing her limbs. MMPH, that felt amazing. Do it again. Please, she moans out with her face twisting in pleasure. The fuck? Did she just orgasm? Is she a masochist? I look up into the sky in defeat. Why can't any demon be normal? This isn't even that hot to me, seeing as she has such a childish body and is missing some body parts. I look back down towards Violet, who is still moaning out deliriously. Thankfully I used magic to make it so that no one can see what is happening inside the barrier the moment I found Violet like this. If she was caught like this, I'm pretty sure her subordinates would not be quite as willing to serve her. But who knows, maybe she was always like this and they just looked past it. Oh well, it's better to be safe than sorry. I gently roll Violet over with my feet. Violet, please get up, I have things to do other than watch you be an absolute degenerate. Ah yes, master. Did she get even more turned on from my feet? This is going to be a thing, isn't it? It doesn't take her long to heal herself, and kneel in front of me. She looks nothing like how she did a moment ago. She looks like a respectable person now. But she can't hide her true self from me after all that. Still, her mask will be useful. I don't want to go around with her if she is always going to be a degenerate. Keep that shit behind closed doors. My master, such exquisite pleasure you have delivered upon me. I have never felt something like it before. Was this her masochistic awakening? Is she just not used to pain or something? Maybe she is too used to dishing it out but not receiving it, or did it have something to do with the data from Lust I used in that attack? It would make some sense if she isn't used to pain, seeing as she is a primordial. I doubt there are very many people in the demon realm that could cause her pain. It would be my honor to serve you. Whether as your tool, or bed warmer. Well, at least I got another primordial serving me. Yay? Yeah. If you plan on ever warming my bed, you would first need to ditch the child look and take on a more mature appearance. But this body is of an age that is more than capable of being impregnated and giving birth. I roll my eyes at her. Not all of us are absolute degenerates like you. I'm not into little girls. I haven't even known you for more than a day and I can already tell what you're like. I'm all for degeneracy. After all, I come from a modern society where Rule 34 and Discord are a thing, but have some control. Thank you for the praise, Master. She says as she rolls around the floor. Weren't you kneeling a moment ago? I look at her with a stern gaze as I point at her. Stop that. I can't have you being all you in public, so control yourself when you are around others, okay? Make sure it looks like you are a functioning member of society, or something. Ah, you only want me acting like this with you? I see, I understand, my master. That isn't what I was saying at all. Whatever, it solves the issue anyway. Moving on, I am going to name you. Also, I might as well give you a weapon. Do you have any preferences? I should also give Arcuade and Megaman weapons. I should be capable of creating god-grade equipment with material creation now. Of course it has an immense magical cost, but that isn't something I need to worry about. Of course it won't be nearly as good as god-grade equipment that is crafted by a blacksmith, but they are still leagues better than legend-grade equipment. Maybe at some point I can get them upgraded by Kurobe? Ah, a present from my master. How wonderful. I would like dual blades of any kind. Dual blades? Maybe I can create something with the function of absorbing her poison so that any attack dealt with the blades can inject the poison into someone. She should already be capable of coating her blades with poison, so I don't need to worry about that. I use material creation to craft 2 beautiful god-grade swords for her. Here, these have the ability to absorb your poison and imbue it into all of your attacks. It seems she has finished her little orgasm session, I think. I don't know what she was doing. I'm just going to ignore it. Ah, thank you, Master. I will treasure these forever. It's not that deep. I literally just gave you a weapon to kill my enemies with and you're turned on? Fucking demons. Notice. You are also a demon. Semantics. What should I name her? I know. Violet's masochism makes her similar to Darkness from Konosuba. I remember Darkness's original name was Lalina, or something. Notice, her name was Alalatina. Yes, that. Hopefully being named after Darkness will give her a more mature body, though I hope she doesn't take after her personality more than she already has. Now for your name, I've decided to name you Lalatina. I watch as a cocoon of magicules surrounds her and she undergoes her evolution. She should become a demon duke after this. It doesn't take her long to finish up her evolution and I am pleasantly surprised once I see her. She has a much more mature body now, like I had hoped. Thank you, my master. I shall be your most faithful and helpful servant. Good. Now let's go talk to the rest. They don't know what was happening in the barrier since after I attacked you I prevented them from seeing inside once I saw your state. Ah, there was no need for that, my master. I have no shame in showing everyone my loyalty to you. You might not have shame, but I do. Ah, wait, before I do that, here is a vessel for you to inhabit for now. I plan to upgrade both your and Megaman's vessels to that of a Deathman once I have enough bodies, but this should do for now. I create a vessel made out of Orich alchem for Lalatina to inhabit. There, possess that. Thank you, master. To receive 2 gifts from you on the same day. What an honor. Sigh, just get on with it. Once she is done I get rid of the magic that was preventing anyone from outside from viewing the inside and lower the barrier. Arcuade is the first one to approach me. I am glad that another of my peers has witnessed your glory and decided to serve you, my lord. Ah, I'm glad too. Lalatina is quite strong after all, so she should be useful. Thanks for bringing her to me. It was simply my duty. Gaha, I knew you'd beat her, Felix-sama. Thank you for the vote of confidence, Megaman. Chapter 52, Part 3. I turned to look at my other subordinates. This is Lalatina, my newest subordinate, so treat her well. After I hear their agreements I send all of them except Arcuade, Megaman, and Lalatina off to continue doing what they were doing before. Now that all the action is over there is no need for them to waste their time watching me name all these demons. Though Glenda seemed quite terrified, she probably saw our fight and realized that it was way out of her league. Even an unnamed Lalatina would stomp her. Oh well, fear is also a way to keep loyalty, though not one I prefer to use. I turned to look at the primordials under my control. All of the demons you brought are 100% willing to serve me, correct? I don't want them to cause trouble later on. Arcuade turns to glare at the demons from her lineage, causing them to cower under her gaze. Yes, my lord, they would be honored to be of service to you. At least those part of my lineage. Megaman smirks at me as she says, "Ha. Those guys follow the rules of the strong. You showed that you were stronger than them, so the demons from my lineage are willing." "Indeed, my master, my lineage would love to be of service to you, just as I would love if you would have me service you." I ignore the last bit of what Lalatina said. At least she wasn't writhing in ecstasy when she said that. It seems she can keep up appearances. Now for the rest of the demons. It's going to be a serious pain to sort out the strength level of all these demons. The easiest way to classify a demon's strength is not just by their evolutionary stage, but by their age as well. Since demons have no lifespan, they measure their strength based on combat experience, which can be measured with age. Archdemons are classified by the era they were born in. That makes sense. There is the prehistoric species, which belongs to demons who have lived for over 3,000 years. The ancient species, which are for demons who have lived for at least 1,000 years. The medieval species is for demons that have lived for 400 years. The early modern species is for demons who have lived for at least 100 years. Then there is the modern species who have been around for at least 30 years, and finally the primordials. Demons in the modern species are summoned most of the time. I see, thanks for the explanation, Odin. I turned to look over at the demons that Archue had brought. Good, let's start with naming your lieutenants. I watch as 5 demons approach me and kneel in submission. Archuead's lieutenant voices his opinion. "We would be honored to be of use to you, master of my master." The others all voice their agreements. Now what should I name them? It is recommended for the master to find a theme to name all of the demons after. It will make it easier for the master to come up with names for all the demons. That's true. Thanks, Odin. Odin was simply doing its duty. Maybe I should use Solomon's Arsgo Ishia? But there are probably already skills named after that, seeing as skills like Uriel, Beelzebub, Satanael, and all those exist. Would be kinda lame to copy that, seeing as it is already in use. Do you have any suggestions, Odin? There are multiple options from your previous worlds that contain enough variety, such as cars, guns, motorcycles, clothing brands, Medici. Okay, I think that is more than enough, thank you, Odin. I giggled internally as I thought of naming a demon Tylenol, or ibuprofen. I think I will go with cars, seeing as I always did like fancy cars. What guy doesn't? Plus there are a bunch of them to choose from. I turned towards Archuead's lieutenant. Your name will be Moss. What sort of bodies should I give these guys? They are the lieutenants of primordials, so maybe I should also give them Orichalcum. I have more than enough after all. Especially since the magic ore I have laying in some warehouses around my territory are turning into magisteel due to being exposed to all of the magicules everyone has been leaking. I create an Orichalcum body for him and lay it in front of Moss for him to inhabit once his evolution is complete. I turn towards Megaman's lieutenants. I point to the swordsman. You will be Adra, and you will be Esprit. Just like with Moss, I create 2 Orichalcum bodies for them to inhabit once they are done evolving. Now for Lalatina's lieutenants. I look towards the weaker one. You will be Zonda. I give him an Orichalcum body as well. Now for the strong one. He is only slightly weaker than Moss was before his naming. He was probably one of the strongest demons around other than the primordials. Quite impressive. I'm sure he is thousands of years old. You will be Vron. Now that that's done, it's time for the rest of the demons. Magicule Breeder Reactor is really helping me out with these mass namings. I don't need to worry about running out of magicules, though even if I didn't have infinite magicules I should be fine. After all, Odin is capable of calculating the exact amount of magicules needed to name someone. The only difference is that it might take a bit longer to name multiple individuals. Alright, 6 done, 658 left to go. It is suggested for the master to predate the demons using Beelzebub, and then fuse their souls onto a pseudo-soul, then merge it with bodies for quicker adaptation, and better compatibility. Huh? You couldn't have said that when I gave Megaman and Lalatina their bodies? Due to the master giving the demons known as Megaman, and Lalatina bodies made of Orichalcum, they were able to make minute adjustments to the bodies themselves, whereas magisteel bodies lack this function. Ah, I see, my bad, Odin. I'll never doubt you again. I quickly named all of the demons that decided to serve me, then as Odin advised I devoured them with Beelzebub and fused their souls into a pseudo-soul, the thing that Rimuru created for the Dryads. Then I can fuse the pseudo-souls into the magisteel bodies in my stomach. Thankfully I can quite easily create a bunch of pseudo-souls since I analyzed them. According to Odin, it shouldn't take them long at all for them to adjust and be ready to take orders. Now I have 666 demons under my command. I love the irony behind that number. Now I turn to the Demoness trio. Good work with bringing those demons. After their evolution, each one of them should be capable of causing a country some trouble, when all of them are together. I don't think any human country can deal with them, except for one with maybe a true hero, or an extremely strong saint. Haha, good. My master should have the strongest guys under his command. There goes Megaman, always on about strength and fighting. I agree, it would be a shame if you did not have the military power that someone of your stature should possess. Even Arcuaid is agreeing, maybe having a strong military is some sort of social thing? I guess that makes sense seeing as most human countries can't imagine how strong one can truly get in this world. They most likely measure a nation's strength by their military rather than their strongest subordinates. PFFT, what use is an army when they can be wiped out by a single sufficiently strong person? It will be my pleasure to serve you in any way you desire, Master. Yes, Lalitina, I know. Chapter 53, Part 4. Alright, I think I have figured out what I want each of you to do. Arcuaid, I want you to run this country for me. All that political stuff is what you are good at, it's best if I leave that to you. It would be an honor to serve you in such a way, my lord. She says with a bow. I nod at her, then look at Megaman. I want you to be in charge of the military. I know you like fighting and all that, but I know you can be tactical when you want to. I want you to train up the soldiers and get them as strong as possible, along with thinking of strategies in case we go to war. Got it, Master. I may like fighting strong opponents, but I like your praise more, so I won't let you down. I know you won't, thank you. Now for the degenerate, I want you to be in charge of our intelligence gathering, spying, assassinations, and other more subtle things. I will give you some of the demons to have under your command, along with one other person. With those resources you should be capable of what I have asked you to do. Yes, my master, may I have a reward if I do good? A reward? It's probably going to be some degenerate shit, but that's fine. I don't mind her degeneracy as long as she can keep it to when others are not around. Sure. Do a good job and you can have any reasonable reward you want. Hee, a reward from Master. I won't let you down. I notice Arcuaid, and Megaman looking at Lalitina in jealousy. You two can have a reward as well if you do good. I notice Arcuaid blushing in embarrassment at getting caught while Megaman is grinning at me. Now that you know your roles, I am going to give you each a weapon so that you can enforce my will far more easily. I already gave Lalitina her weapon, so what do you two want? I would prefer a whip of some kind, my lord. A sadist? Please don't be a sadist, Arcuaid. I'm not into that. I want the same kind of weapon as you, a katana. Thankfully a far more normal weapon. I nod at them and create two god-grade weapons for them, a whip for Arcuaid, and a katana for Megaman. Her subordinate wields a blade, so I'm sure that Megaman knows how to use it. Here you go, Arcuaid, yours is capable of channeling your freezing white flame efficiently, and Megaman, yours is capable of cutting through almost any defense. Thanks, Master. I thank you, my lord. I will use this whip to enforce your will upon the unruly. Yup, just be careful with them, they are capable of causing mass destruction in the wrong hands. Once I hear their agreements, I tell Arcuaid and Megaman to show Lalitina around as I head back to as I am heading to where I sense Glenda with Lalitina. I contemplate everything that has happened the last few days. I got a new primordial servant, a bunch of demon soldiers, and had some fun with Zuko. The demons themselves were quite impressive once they were done evolving and getting used to their new bodies. Not a single one of the lesser demons remained as such, they all evolved to greater demons, and some even archdemons. Now I have 204 archdemons, and 454 greater demons, not including the lieutenants. That is a force that will terrify any nation. A single archdemon is a threat to a country, 204 of them. Well, that is just plain horrifying. Arcuaid has 221 demons under her command including her lieutenant. Megaman has 221 demons under her command including her two lieutenants, and Lalitina also has 221 demons under her command including her lieutenants. Balanced, as all things should be. The lieutenants themselves also grew stronger. The strength limit on Zonda, Esprit, and Adra was broken as they were named and incarnated in the material world, while Vron and Moss both evolved into demon dukes. Moss is even stronger than Ingvild pure magic power-wise, whereas Vron is on the weaker end of demon duke, but a demon duke is a demon duke. They are both capable of causing a massive amount of damage to an entire continent if left unchecked. Megaman was a bit put off that only she didn't have a demon duke under her command, so I just told her to train one of her lieutenants into one. I may or may not have made her subordinates' lives much worse, but oh well, it will only benefit them if they are stronger. Some of the lieutenants have unique skills as well. Moss's unique skill, Reaper, allows him to split off parts of his body and form clones of varying sizes. The clones remain connected to the original Moss's consciousness, so it essentially allows him to do multiple tasks at once. Quite useful for espionage and spying. Vron's unique skill, Imitator, allows him to turn into anyone he has seen before, though not anyone too strong, still useful for spying and espionage. Zonda's unique skill, Chef, allows him to essentially heal any injury by cooking it. Quite odd that a demon would get an ability like this, but still useful. Adra did not manifest a unique skill, but he is still a monster when it comes to swordsmanship. It turns out that he is the one who taught the old man everything he knew about swordsmanship. What a small world. I haven't thought of the old man in a while with all the things that have been going on. I wonder what he's up to? He said he just wanted to relax for some time. After so long fighting in the demon realm, he just wanted some peace and quiet. Back to the demons. Espri's unique skill, Observer, allows her to maintain contact with someone even if they are separated through space and time, though it only works on those she is acquainted with. All skills that are useful in their own ways. Odin was able to gather data on them, so that was a win as well. Once we arrive, I turn towards Lalatina as I place a sound isolation barrier around us to keep our conversation hidden from others. I'm going to introduce you to one of your new subordinates here soon. Though I am not entirely sure about her loyalty, so do monitor her. Huh? How dare she harbor traitorous intent for my master? Do you want me to deal with her, master? I can easily break her into submission? There's that inner sadist. No, it's fine, she isn't all that valuable to me right now, so it isn't worth the effort. The only reason she has a place here is due to Ingvild, or I would have given her some supplies and sent her to Tempest. I see, I will watch her carefully then, master. You can't leave it to me. Great, thanks Lalatina, I'm glad I can rely on you for things like this. Ah. Master praised me. Yes, now let me introduce you to. I dispel the barrier I placed around us and enter the training ground where I told Glenda to wait. As soon as Glenda sees me, she says, "Hey boss. I'm here just like you asked." Indeed, thank you for showing up, Glenda. Haha, it's no problem, you are my boss after all, and this job is way better than my last one. For one, the food is to die for. My Raiden makes the best food around. I can't disagree, it's probably the best I've ever tasted. I'm sure she will be happy if she hears your compliments. But anyways, the reason I called you here is so I can introduce you to your new boss. This is Lalatina. I'm planning on having her run our intelligence department, whether it is spying, assassination, and the more subtle things. That's just what I'm used to. Nice to meet you, boss. It seems Lalatina was controlling herself from her more degenerate impulses. It's good that she wants to at least give off the image of a good boss. It is nice to meet you as well. I am Lalatina, the primordial of Violet, servant of my master, Felix Sama. Glenda's eyes go wide in panic. A primordial? Why, you got another one? And you named her too? Just what kind of servants do you keep getting, boss? When I first introduced her to Arcuaid and Megaman, she was incredibly surprised, and a bit scared, but she was able to get over her fear pretty quickly after she realized they weren't going to eviscerate her. It seems that most people aware of the primordials are shit scared of them, though they aren't wrong to be afraid of them. Humphrey, it is only expected of one as great as my master to have subordinates as capable as I am. I guess so. I think Lalatina unintentionally made Glenda even more afraid of me. Whoops. Anyways, I'll let you two get to know each other. Also, Lalatina, make sure you use her well, she isn't weak after all. That last bit is debatable, but what sort of boss would I be if I didn't hype my employees up? Thank you for the opportunity, boss. I won't let you down. I hope so. I mumble as I'm walking away. Chapter 54, Part 5. It's been a few days since I introduced Lalatina to Glenda. Lalatina and I are currently on the way to Tempest. Soon after I introduced Lalatina and Glenda, the two began to spar, one which Glenda was absolutely destroyed in, even with her unique skill that grants her a limited degree of spatial manipulation. Though Lalatina was able to get the general gist of her abilities and figure out how to use Glenda best. She said that Glenda would be good for assassinations, so I just left it to her. Once we arrive, I turn towards Lalatina. This is the territory of my friend, so don't cause any trouble. If you do, I won't reward you. With Lalatina you have to use the reverse. She enjoys both pleasure and pain in equal amounts, so punishing her with pain won't work, so I will simply ignore her, something that I've came to learn she hates. She even broke down and begged me to forgive her after she caused trouble with Arcuaid, who also begged for my forgiveness. At this point, none of my primordial servants will disobey me in any way. These primordials hate letting their masters down. She was upset at herself for a while after I scolded her once. No. I promise I won't cause trouble, master. Good. Now let me show you around before we visit Rimuru. They have food similar to the stuff Raiden makes. All of my primordial servants enjoy Raiden's cooking, though it isn't unexpected seeing as she makes some incredible stuff. I really should take her to Food Wars if it exists out there. That sounds like a fun adventure. Along with that, I have gotten a better read on Lalatina's personality after being around her for a few days. She is incredibly sadistic to those who aren't me, often to the point where she is just plain cruel. Honestly, her defining trait is her sadism. I think the term for people like her is called a switch. She also enjoys playing odd games with others, similar to what she had going with Arcuaid and Megaman before I summoned them. One thing I have found about her that I can somewhat relate to is her love of watching others suffer and grow from their suffering. I'm not sure what it is about it, but there's something magical about watching someone grow past their limits, though her methods leave a lot to be desired. I noticed a short green goblin standing against a wall. Sup Gobda, still slacking off I see. Gah. Felix-sama. Please don't tell Master. He will put me through even more training. Haha, relax, I won't tell Hikaru. Let me introduce you to my newest subordinate, this is Lalatina. Lalatina, this is one of my friend's subordinates Gobda. He may not look like much but he has a lot of potential. Haha, you are flattering me Felix-sama. Oh? If you are saying he has potential then he must be interesting, I'll keep an eye on him. I don't know if that is a particularly good thing, I will pray for your survival Gobda, I won't stop her though since it sounds amusing. Alright, we are off to meet Rimuru, see you later Gobda. Bye Felix-sama. I continue to show Lalatina around as we head towards Rimuru's office, all of the citizens greet us as well. Tempest is truly a friendly nation. Once we arrive at the Chancellor's office we are quickly escorted in my Shuna. Sup Rimuru, hope we didn't come at a busy time. Nah, I was just looking for an excuse to attend to our guests. I rolled my eyes, everyone caught that slip up, even Shuna. Anyways, I came to introduce you to my new subordinate and tell you something else. Ah, she feels super strong. What is it with you and getting these super overpowered subordinates? He hasn't even met Ingvild yet, boy is he going to be surprised, unless his world didn't have DXD. So Rimuru, this is one of my newest subordinates, her name is Lalatina and she is the Primordial of Purple. Primordial of Purple? Gah, you have all the luck now with 3 of them. Lalatina, why does that name sound so familiar? I look him dead in the eye as I wait for him to come to the realization. His eyes widened, wait. Is she a masochist? I guess that's why you named her after darkness. I ignore whatever he says as he whispers under his breath, something about a lucky bastard, couldn't be me. So now you have 2 primordials named after Konosuba characters. Not only that but both of them are part of Kazuma's party. You know what this means right? Crazy shenanigans await you my friend. I do need an aqua to complete the set don't I? Oh well, maybe I'll find one, maybe I won't. Maybe I can even go get the real thing, though maybe not. I don't really like her personality all that much, and her healing can be replicated in this world. Hell, there is a holy magic spell that can resurrect the dead. Hopefully not, I just want to mess around, live in peace, and explore other worlds. Other worlds? Did you figure out how to travel to other worlds? I look towards Lalatina, keep this a secret, you can only tell my other direct subordinates. It isn't a big deal if Sako, Raiden, Kurami, Arcuaid, and Megaman learn that I can travel worlds. I plan to bring them along at some point after all, but I'd like to tell them myself. She bows, yes master. I also put up a barrier so no one can overhear this conversation. Not exactly figure it out, more like I got a skill for it. I am already preparing to go to another world soon, which is what I came to tell you about. Whoa. Which world? Can you take the other worlders back home? The only world I can travel to right now is my previous world, the world of Jujutsu Kaisen. I probably could take the other worlders back to their original worlds after some time, though that doesn't seem like something that should be done without a lot of thought. First off, sending a bunch of enslaved people with power most can't comprehend to a modern world with no way to deal with magic sounds like a horrible idea. Second, it might become known that I am capable of traveling worlds. I don't want that kind of attention on me. I can see those shitty human nations trying to gang up on me to force me to bring more other worlders. Not that such a plan would work. That's true. I just wanted to know if there was a way to send those kids home, you know. They were taken from their friends and families for no reason, and are now trapped in a world where they have almost no one. It would be nice if I could send them back. Ugh, when he says it like that, fine, if you can talk to those kids, and figure out if they want to go home, I will try and figure out a way to send them back, but only after I approve of them. I don't want to send overpowered kids back to their worlds only to check up on them and learn they conquered their world. It's best if we find a way to seal all their supernatural powers. Yes. You're the best Felix. But what do you want with your old world anyway? From the manga you showed me and Veldora it does seem interesting, along with all the resources they have. I'm curious about what is going on over there as I never finished the series, along with all the modern resources I might bring over. Is there anything you want me to bring? Can I give you a list of stuff? Yeah sure, money shouldn't be too hard for me to get at this point. Thanks. How long are you going to be there? Do you need me to take care of your territory while you are gone? No, there is no need, The way my ability to travel worlds works is a bit odd. Basically it speeds up the time of whichever world I travel to, so when I return to this world it will be like no time has passed. Huh? Oh, I see. He probably had Raphael dumb it down for him. So there is no need for you to worry about your territory then, huh? Yup, it's pretty useful. Me and you can go on an adventure later if you want. We can even bring Veldora. I can already imagine the chaos he will cause. Gah. Maybe after everything calms down I'll take a vacation. Calm down? Are you for real? Not only are we basically Isekai protagonists but uber powerful ones, our lives are never going to calm down, which is why I'm taking a vacation. Whatever, do what you want, it won't even feel like you're gone after all. But before you leave, I wanted to tell you about something. I am planning to change up the festival a little bit. I talked to my merchant friend and he came up with the idea to add a tournament of sorts to the festival. Anyone can participate. It can show the humans that we aren't weak, along with allowing them to participate for rewards. A tournament? That sounds good to me. I'd want to participate but I bet it would be boring for me. Maybe I'll send one or two of my subordinates to participate. If you do, don't send anyone too strong. I want the other contestants to have a chance after all. The primordials are out then, maybe Raiden, Sako, Kurami, or Ingvild then. Glenda would also fit seeing as she is a human enlightened. I also invited someone you should be careful around. Yuki Kagorazaka is the guild master of the Freedom Guilds and another worlder. I suspect that he is the one who set Hinata on my trail in order to get rid of me, though I have no proof yet. Hopefully I can confirm it at the festival. Just thought to let you know so you don't let your guard down around him. Yuki Kagorazaka? I see. I will try to see if I can gather some information on him when I meet him. Hopefully Odin can find some clues about what it is this guy could be up to. At the very least Odin should be able to analyze, and copy, his skills allowing me to know what he is capable of. This Yuki guy became my enemy the moment he arranged Sako's death, even if indirectly. I suddenly remembered one of the reasons I wanted to come here. Alright, one more thing. I was recently attacked by an agent of a powerful person in the Western States, someone who will be very much against you joining the Western Council, so if you still plan to be all friendly with the humans, be careful. I don't want to give away too much. After all, Rimuru needs to learn how to deal with these sorts of situations on his own since he is getting into politics. I can't baby him through everything. With his level of strength both he and everyone in Tempest should be fine. Ah. Well, I kind of expected that. Still, thanks for the warning. I'll be careful. Good, don't expect any more help from me. You wanted to be friendly with the humans, so you gotta put in the work yourself. Sigh. Yeah, I know, but humans will be humans. Haha, well you said it. But don't underestimate them. Some of them have been around for centuries after all. Hold on, I'm getting a thought communication. I watch as Rimuru's facial expression slowly twists into a frown. Ugh, Ramaris is here to cause trouble. I need to go check out what she is doing at the West Gate. Wanna come? I dispel the barrier I placed around Rimuru's office. Yeah sure, lead the way. I think I know why Ramaris is here. It probably has something to do with her needing a place to stay. Hopefully she isn't causing too much trouble. Let's go, Aletina. Yes, master. Chapter 55, Preparation. As Rimuru leads me to the Western Gate, I consider what it is that Ramaris could be here for. I remembered during the Walpurgis after party she was nagging Rimuru about moving her labyrinth to Tempest, but Rimuru refused. He most likely didn't want to deal with her on a permanent basis, and I can't blame the guy. The pipsqueak can be annoying, she's like a buzzing fly, literally. But she grows on you, so I don't personally mind her in small to medium doses. Once we arrived, I overheard one of Rimuru's subordinates arguing with Ramaris. I've already told you. We are taking over this place. Dude. Even Ramaris can't be that dumb, right? She knows this is the territory of another demon lord, doesn't she? When she goes around saying stuff like that, she can be easily misunderstood as claiming that she wants this territory for herself. Even if you say that, we have to report to Rimuru-sama first, so please stay here while we report to him. We abandoned our previous place just to stay here. We are poor and homeless now. Even if you say that, this land is under the rule of Demon Lord Rimuru-sama. You must get his permission first if you wish to reside here. Well said, random subordinate. TSK, the pity card didn't work either. If that's the case, we don't mind resorting to violence. I'll tell you now, my Beretta is the strongest. She can easily take care of all of you. She is just digging her hole deeper and deeper. I can tell Rimuru is getting upset by what she is saying too. Rimuru sneakily snuck behind Ramaris and picked her up with his hand. Keikaya. Ah, what's up Rimuru, how's it going? I hope you are doing alright. Smooth, real smooth. She definitely knew she fucked up with the way she was looking around for help. She spotted me and I saw a gleam of hope enter her eyes. only for it to leave when I turned towards the side. So that's the demon lord Ramires? How disappointing, she is not worthy of being of the same stature as you, my master. Do you want me to purge her? No, don't do that, Lalatina. I appreciate the offer though. An odd gleam appeared in Lalitina's eyes when I said that. He, my master thanked me. At least she isn't rolling around the floor like a degenerate. It seems she kept my words in mind when I told her to only be like that in private. I look around the area, and notice a shack located just outside the gate. Did Ramires build a shack to stay in? Seriously? Ramires-sama. I have brought more wood. Ah, and there's Traini. I was wondering where she was. She is usually stuck to Ramires like glue. Traini-san, what are you doing here? Uh-oh, Rimuru looks upset. Poor Traini. Ah. Long time no see, Rimuru-sama. She looked towards me and bowed. It is nice to see you as well, Felix-sama. You as well, Traini. Beretta, come and explain everything to me. It seems Rimuru has had enough of Ramires' shit and is asking the only reasonable one in the group for an explanation. Beretta is wasted on Ramires, but oh well, none of my business. Unique skill, Reverser has been analyzed. Oh, I forgot to check if Beretta has a unique skill. Nice work, Odin. I'm still not used to being able to directly access one's skills. What an interesting skill, it allows the user to create and fuse opposing natures in a new and contradictory form. I should be capable of theoretically fusing two things with completely opposite alignments together. Another nice skill to add to my portfolio. Ah, are you able to analyze Ramires' skill now that you've been upgraded? Notice, Odin isn't capable of fully analyzing the intrinsic skill, Small World, however Odin was able to gather some data that may be useful in the future. Man, you still can't analyze it? It must be some broken-ass skill then. Beretta. You traitor. Beretta said that Ramires wanted to move to Tempest no matter what. I'm a bit insulted that she didn't even consider coming to Azeroth, but seeing as Tempest has far more attractions, I guess it makes sense. Beretta tried to stop Ramires, but since Traini agreed, Beretta was outvoted and forced to come along. It seems Traini has been spoiling Ramires far too much. Just as Ramires-sama has said, the previous entrance to the labyrinth had been sealed so we can move here. That's right, Rimuru. If you chase me out, I'll be homeless. No matter how you put it, Ramires, you had it coming. Rimuru went ahead and thanked his subordinate for dealing with Ramires, then proceeded to scold Ramires. It seems that while they were building their shack, they were stopped by the guards, and things just escalated from there. Ah, I have an idea. I cut in before he could continue. Since it seems like you have everything sorted out, I'll return to Azeroth. I only came to introduce Lalatina, and tell you about that other thing we talked about. I'll came to pick up your list soon though. Ah. Okay, see you later, Felix. I waved Rimuru and Ramires goodbye, and then teleported us back to Azeroth. Almost all my preparations for traveling worlds are done, just a few things to sort out now. Ah, is this Master's bedroom? Would you like me to pleasure you, Master? Is that why you brought us here? I would be more than willing if so. She quickly undressed herself and I couldn't even stop her, seeing as she used magic to get rid of her clothes, leaving her in only her lingerie. Purple lace, it quite suits her. Her bra is barely containing her sizable bust. She really did grow up from that childlike form, huh? God damn it, stop distracting me, Lalatina. You know what, fuck it. Yes, Lalatina, that is exactly why I brought you here. Hopefully this will get it out of her system. I'm definitely not doing this since she is hot as hell and I'm horny. No sir. I sit down on my bed, then look towards a panting Lalatina. Kneel. She quickly does so. Now how does one properly dom a masochist? Lalatina, she quickly got down to her knees as her master had ordered her. To think she would get the chance to serve her master so soon. Arcuaid and Megaman will be incredibly jealous. She may have been the last one of the three to join her master, but she would beat them in this race. She had been desperate for the chance to serve her master ever since he had awoken her hidden desires. She had thought the best feeling was when others grew through her abuse, but she was wrong, oh so wrong. The moment her master had caused her pain and pleasure on a soul-deep level, she was hooked. It was almost like a religious experience. And she loved her master for showing that to her. He was the perfect master that a woman like her could ask for. He was strong, handsome, dominant, and knew just how to treat a woman like her. She would do anything for him. He wanted someone dead? Done. He wanted her to be his pet? Done. He wanted her to degrade herself? She would love to. Truly, she was a lucky girl. She couldn't wait until her master gave in to his more baser desires, and it seems like she might be in luck. Ah, she wished her master had summoned her sooner, if only she encountered him back when he was still in the demon realm. She has a lot of lost time to make up for, and she won't tolerate disappointing her master. I look down towards Lalatina as she struggles to get my pants off. Okay, just gotta channel my inner sadist, or something. I look at her mockingly as I say, you can't even take my pants off properly, how useless, and you expect to serve me like that. Lalatina's legs shiver as she looks up to me with desire, and worship in her eyes. Ah. I apologize, master. Please let this useless slave worship you properly. I wouldn't say you are useless, you are quite useful when it comes to killing my enemies after all. But if that's how she wants to play it, I'm fine with it. At the very least I can try out the new sex magic, or as I like to call it lust magic I have been developing. It uses properties from Luminous' unique skill, lust, in that I can use it to cause pleasure, or pain to someone's very soul. Along with that I made a few more standard sex magic spells, like increasing or decreasing pleasure, the ability to induce an orgasm, along with a spell that blocks the target's ability to orgasm, but it does not block the build-up. The last one can be considered quite the cruel spell, but once I got started making those spells, I couldn't stop. Magic is truly fun to mess around with. Lalatina finally got my pants off, leaving me in just my underwear and shirt. I lay down on my bed with my back against the headboard and look towards where she is kneeling. Now that you have finally gotten my pants off, use your massive tits to pleasure me. Ah, of course, master. I quickly use the spell that blocks Lalatina's ability to orgasm, causing her to feel a constant build-up, until I allow her to orgasm. I'm curious when she will break and ask for release. Lalatina crawls towards me. It's a bit of an awkward position, but it isn't supposed to be easy for her. She takes off her bra, showcasing her tits for me to see. She manages to envelop my cock with them, but I feel like something is missing. That's right, there is no lubrication. Hey slave, lick it before you do that. She nods and starts to lick my dick all over. She starts moving her tits up and down, and gets her face closer to my tip and gives it a kiss. Ah, that's good, that's all you are good for, and my cock will be the only thing you are going to be kissing from now on. The words come out almost instinctively. Man, I haven't even kissed her yet and we are doing this. Yesh, did I say you could speak? Get back to work. She really is corrupting me with her degeneracy. Oh well, I'm having a good time so it's fine. She quickly resumes with her tit job, but this time she attempts to take me whole into her mouth. I can tell she is getting off on this. It seems she is as subby as can be. She doesn't manage to take me all that deep, seeing as most of my length is trapped between her breasts. Gag. 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 She continued to fuck her face on my dick. It seems she won't go any further until I tell her to. Slobber and drool started to drop down from her bottom lip into the valley of her breasts, further enhancing my pleasure. I noticed Lalatina's thighs rubbing together. She continued to take my member happily down her throat. I could feel her lashing her tongue against the underside of my shaft as her pouty lips remained suctioned onto my member even as I thrust it in and out of her mouth at high speeds. There was no question in my mind that Lalatina was loyal. It seems that the attack I hit her with on our first meeting really did mess her up pretty badly. I probably should have thought more about using something that can directly harm one's soul, but you live and you learn. And I would say it was a net positive in this scenario. I continued to thrust up into her face until I eventually came directly down her throat, groaning happily as I forced her to drink it all down. Her moans vibrated my dick, causing me even more pleasure, extending my climax. Once I was finished I let go of her head, allowing her to release my dick from her lips. She hardly looked recognizable, looking more like the whore she was playing as rather than the fearsome primordial she was. For some reason that turned me on even more. Quickly clean me up, whore, then we can get to the next part. Yes, master. She looked dazed as she licked me all over, licking up all the remains of my climax. She must be feeling the effects of my spell at his point, but she hasn't complained about it yet. Now that's a good look for you. She nods submissively as she looks at me with adoration. Yes, master, I consider what to do next, then tell my temporary or maybe not so temporary slave what to do next. Get on all fours, slave. I feel like taking her doggy style just fits for some reason. She blushes as she looks at me excitedly. On fours? Just like a pet? Sure, we'll go with that. Whores like you get taken from behind anyways. She quickly starts panting as she positions herself face down, ass up, giving me a perfect view of her panty-clad ass. I quickly took my shirt off and stepped up to grope her ass through her purple panties. I pushed down on her fine bubble butt. Lalatina was far more curvy than she was toned, though in this world, physical appearance didn't mean much when it came to strength. I slid my fingers past her damp panties and felt how sopping wet she was. A wide smile spread across my face as I began to finger my slutty subordinate. Ah yes. It feels so good. Thank you, master. I abruptly pull out of her and smack her across her beautiful fat ass. I tug her panties aside and line my cock up with her entrance. Lalitina had but a moment to glance back and whine in disappointment, before I suddenly thrust into her, causing her to immediately moan lewdly. Oh. Master, please more. Lust magic for the win, baby. I continue to thrust into Lalitina as she lightly moves her hips back. Looking at her from the back is amazing. I can see her massive tits jiggling to the sides. I immediately extend my hands and grope them aggressively. I quickly find her little nubs and pinch them. Yes, master. They are all yours. To think you are one of the most feared beings in the world, some primordial you are. If you ask me, you're only good to be used as a toy. Yes. I'm only here to be yours. I squeeze her tits as she continues her moaning. Oh, oh, so good. I start pounding her even harder. The only noise in the room is the sound of my hips slapping against her, my grunts, and her moans. I start to experiment with her willing body. I spank her ass, causing her to moan even louder than before. Oh, master. Do with my ass what you will. It's all yours. I lean forward and whisper in her ear. I don't need your permission to do whatever I want with you, do I? Whoa. You don't need the permission of this lowly one. I apologize for being presumptuous. That's my girl. Whenever I call for you, I want you to come to me, ready to serve me as quickly as you can, got it? Ah. Thank you for teeth and honor, master. Please let me serve you, Marie. She really is extremely masochistic and subby, huh? She gets off on serving me in whatever way I desire. I can't say that it isn't extremely hot. Sicko is similar in that way, though not as masochistic as a Lalitina is. Master, may I please come? It seems even in her addled state she was able to recognize that I placed a spell on her. Her orgasm has been building, and building all throughout our session. Only if you ask nicely. Please, master, let me come. I promise to be good for you. She needs to work on her begging, but that's for the future. Here it comes, Lalitina. Be happy you finally got a chance to be useful. I release the spell blocking her orgasm right as I release inside of her. I'm coming, master. MMFG, I'm coming for you. Good girl. See, you can be useful after all. I continue to grope her until I finish unloading inside of her. I can feel your warmth inside me. I love it. I love you, master. Is she broken? How the fuck did she fall for me so quickly? Oh well, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I'm not satisfied yet, so brace yourself. Sorry, Master P, please use me as you wish, and so I do, many more times. As I lay next to Lalitina, my hand groping her ass, I contemplate the wisdom I have gained through post-orgasm enlightenment. I have become a degenerate. I blame Lalitina. But still, I shall handle Lalitina properly, so no other has to. My noble intentions surprise even me. It seems I should have been born as an angel, not a demon. Master, please use me more. This girl is even dreaming about me. There is seriously something wrong with her. But what can I say? Yanders are kinda hot. Well, so long as they are not the monogamous variety, at least. Worrying about whether I would be killed in my sleep would get annoying fast. Odin. You must protect me from all these dangerous threats, okay? Apostrophe. I'll take that as a yes. Thank you for always having my back, Odin. Mariabel Rosso. She looked towards her grandfather as he considered her proposal. That slime, Rimuru Tempest, was holding a festival and invited rulers and nobles from all over to attend their founding festival. Her grandfather's proposal was far too soft for dealing with a demon lord that was reaching too far. He was considering sending a duke under their command to the festival, and ordering them to find leverage over Rimuru Tempest. The duke would have eagerly accepted, seeing as her grandfather offered him a seat among the 5 elders, the true rulers of the West. Her grandfather wanted to find leverage over the new demon lord, and then do him a favor in order to use that as an advantage when they invited him to join the council. He wanted to test their potential enemies' resolve and see how they would react. Their pawns have been greatly reduced. The Rosso had suffered great losses recently. The merchant cut contact with them. Hinata still lives, and her grandfather was discovered by Luminous and was forced to flee from his former position as a luminary. The Jura Tempest Federation's culture seemed familiar to her, the foods that she had heard about, along with their technology and ideas. It was all far too familiar to her. That was why she wanted to destroy them before the rest of the world found out about them. Once they do, Tempest would find themselves given immense political power, seeing as every nation will want a piece of the pie. And then there was the other new demon lord, Felix White, who also poses a significant threat. It is said that he wiped out Clayman and his army in one attack, without the former even knowing what was going on. She believed those rumors to be mere exaggerations. After all, even she isn't capable of that in one attack. And she considers herself to be equal to those demon lords. Still, the threat of those 2 demon lords cannot be underestimated. Never before have 2 demon lords allied so closely with each other, to the point where going against one of them means going against the other. Milim Nava was also said to be quite close to Felix White. A truly troublesome matter. Have we came to this at last? Grandpa, you should let me go. Sigh, yes Mariabelle, it seems that I will have to send you in order to deal with this upstart demon lord. I didn't want to destroy this new kingdom after hearing the reports about it, but two demon lords working together is far too great of a threat to the Rosso. Duke Muse won't be capable of handling this matter on my behalf. Muse, so that was his name, she forgot. Her grandfather believed that as long as he had her, the Rosso were invincible, and he was correct, for she was Mariabelle of Greed, and the world will belong to her. But that very reason was why he was so hesitant to send her. He didn't want her in danger. You are right to be interested in their culture, grandfather. I've seen, heard, and experienced it all myself. It sounds just like I remember. But that is why we must get rid of them before the rest of the world finds out. I see. Be careful, my dear granddaughter. Do not underestimate our opponents. They are still demon lords. Do not worry too much, for I'm Mariabelle of Greed. I desire all, and I will take all. This world belongs to the Rosso. Very well, I grant you full authority on the matter. Go to the founding festival being held at Tempest, find some way to deal with one of the two demon lords, whether it is Rimuru Tempest or Felix White, it does not matter who, just get one of them off the board. Yes Grandpa, look forward to good news. She left the room swiftly and began plotting. She can attend with Guildmaster Ecchi, he had mentioned to her that he was invited. He will provide valuable cover for her. Now which demon lord should she control first? Her greed was invincible, but she still decided to go for the demon lords one at a time. First she will get Felix White under control, seeing as according to her grandfather, he likely has not completely completed his awakening yet, so it should not be difficult to control him with greed. More proof that the rumors about him are grossly exaggerated. She can finally put Ecchi fully under her control after the festival as well. She gained quite the useful asset when Ecchi had discovered where the Chaos Dragon was sealed and left it under her control. She was easily able to dominate it with her greed, leaving it at her mercy. She considered bringing the Chaos Dragon to the festival but decided against it. The dragon might draw unwanted attention to her if it is detected, but she will have it stay just outside of the Jura forest just in case. Soon she will have a demon lord under her thrall, one step closer to completing her goals. I looked towards the dish that Raiden had prepared for me today. It's been a few days since I slept with Lalatina, and she has been constantly seeking my attention and praise. It seems sleeping with her broke some sort of barrier between us, and now she acts like a devoted bed slave, on top of being in charge of espionage. Though I can't say it's a bad thing, she still listens to my orders obediently, and has been doing her job to the best of her abilities. Though Siko and her have been having a rivalry of sorts, competing for who gets to serve me in bed. Which is kinda hot, seeing two beautiful women competing for who gets to sleep with me. It would be any man's dream come true. I suspect the Demoness Trio's interest in me began due to my overwhelming power compared to their own level of strength. After all, in this world, power attracts, especially so for a race like demons. Those three were at the top of the food chain back in the demon realm, so there likely weren't many, if any, that caught their interest. Though my personality seemed to have won them completely over. Other than Lalatina, of course, she was just into me by default due to the way our first meeting turned out. Truly, my Isekai adventure is great. Arcuade, Megaman, and Raiden have been glaring at Lalatina whenever I see them together though. Ingvild just took one look at us the day after our night together and blushed. I even overheard a conversation between Megaman and Lalatina, where Megaman in a not-so-nice way called Lalatina a thieving bitch. It seems they are all waiting for their turns and Lalatina messed that up by cutting ahead. Kurumi didn't really care. In her own words she said she was my pet, not in the sexual sense but in the literal sense. I guess Majin like her see the world differently than other species, she is a fox after all. Boy am I a lucky guy, for women as beautiful as they are to want me? Even I am feeling a bit flattered. I took a sip of the black tea that Raiden served me and noticed it tasted a bit odd. Not a bad odd, just different from usual. She only introduced me to tea somewhat recently as it wasn't really my thing, but she learned how to make it from Shuna and I didn't want to outright say no when she learned for me. But I was pleasantly surprised. It isn't something I would have on the regular, but when I just want to relax it's the perfect drink. I noticed Siko giving me a look of trepidation as I continued to drink the tea. Ah, I see. Could this have been made by Siko? Yes, master, the drink has been tested for poison, so it is drinkable. Well, that's good. I didn't expect you to assist Siko. She requested my assistance in preparing something for you, and I did not want her to serve you undrinkable garbage, so I made sure to supervise her for your safety. I see, thank you Raiden. I looked towards Siko as I continued to drink the tea she prepared. You too Siko, good job. This is far better than what you used to prepare. It might not be food, but it is still far better than her earlier attempts at tea. Siko smiled giddily. Yes. Thank you for your praise, Felix-sama. Sako went ahead and poured me another cup. While it is quite bitter, I do still like it. If she can successfully make a cup of tea without it tasting absolutely horrendous, then maybe there is hope that she can cook a proper meal? I don't have much left to do before I travel worlds. I just need to pick up Rimaru's list from Tempest, and figure out who I am going to take with me to the world of Jujutsu-Kaisen. Oh, I forgot to even mention to everyone that I will be traveling worlds. I guess it slipped my mind. But who should I take? I don't want to take everyone, seeing as that would be overkill. Even one of my direct subordinates could fuck that entire world up, let alone bringing multiple. I do still want the world to be standing when I leave it after all. Maybe I should just bring one or two of my subordinates? Kurami should be easy to handle. She can just shift into her tiny fox form and sit on my shoulder. Raiden is always obedient, so I don't need to worry about her. Sako is the one I'm worried about. That girl can go way over the top when it isn't necessary. The 3 primordials serving me are out, since I don't want to pick and choose between the 3 of them. That will only worsen their rivalry. Maybe just Raiden then? I do want my maid around to take care of me. At this point I'm just as dependent on her as she is on me. One thing I am curious about when it comes to other worlds is summoning magic. Does it exist in other worlds? After all, the core of summoning magic is summoning another being from another plane of reality. Could there be demons who are summoned to other worlds? I assume that you would need to know the summoning magic from this world or something similar to do that, though. So many interesting questions that need to be answered. I quickly finish up the tea that Sako served me. Alright, I have some errands to run, so I am going to head back to Tempest. When I do get back, there is something I want to talk to you about, though. I probably shouldn't delay telling them about my plans to go to another world. They might need some time to prepare after all. Yes, Master, I will be waiting. Yes, Felix-sama. I nod at them and prepare to teleport to Tempest. Notice. Enough collective belief has been gathered to grant the Master a second name. It is recommended you do so in a secluded space, as the Master's magicules may go out of control for a moment. That was quicker than I thought, but I might as well take care of this before visiting Tempest. Will I fall unconscious? No, due to there being no further evolution for Master, the Master will stay as a Devil Lord, so the Master will stay conscious. I see. It seems Devil Lord is the highest stage I can reach, huh? Veldora is at a higher stage of evolution than I am by default, since he's a true dragon. It would be nice if there was a similar evolution for demons to elevate myself to the same level of existence as the true dragons. Having a goal to work towards is always nice. Oh well, I am plenty powerful. I'd even say I am capable of beating Veldora in a fight without too much difficulty. Something extremely monstrous, considering the fact that true dragons are considered walking catastrophes. It seems becoming a supreme demonic spirit will be out of my reach for the foreseeable future. True dragons are supreme chaos spirits, and us demons can be considered a type of demonic spirit. It should be theoretically possible to evolve further. After all, there are so many mysterious skills out there. Who's to say it is impossible to elevate my existence to that of the true dragons? Definitely something to look into. It didn't take me long to get a sufficient distance away from Azeroth. What do I do now, Odin? The Master just needs to simply give himself a second name. Odin will take care of the rest. I see, thanks Odin. Sounds easy enough. What am I supposed to say? Something like, I name myself Felix White. And just like that my power soared. I quickly lost control of my aura, but it only took me a moment to regain control thanks to Odin. Unfortunately, that moment where my aura was unleashed caused the land around me to become almost uninhabitable for miles all around. I'll have to send someone over to make sure to deal with this mess. I took a few minutes to get in control of myself. My magicule capacity has increased a large amount, along with my physical strength. My skills weren't upgraded or anything, but that isn't surprising, seeing as far as I know, my skills are already incredibly high tier. I can now confidently say that I am about even with Guy now, at least where pure magicule capacity and magic power is concerned. That's something to be proud of. Guy Crimson is someone spoken of in legends, someone the entire world fears. To be able to match him, and possibly surpass him, is no easy feat. Now if we fight, our skills, fighting abilities and experience will be the determining factor. Man, getting stronger sure is a rush. It's kind of sad that there aren't all that many ways for me to grow further. I better get used to my new level of power quickly. It's best if I get myself completely under control. At my level, accidentally using a little too much power can destroy a continent, though I doubt Odin would let that happen by mistake. Odin really is my cheat. Actually, I think she is the best cheat one can get. Look at Rimuru, he is also incredibly strong. I doubt he would be where he is without Raphael and its unique skill version. Now that I'm done with my naming, it's best if I get going to Tempest now. I wonder what the idea that Rimuru came up with was. I can think of a few fun ways to use Rimuri's labyrinth. I teleport into my home in Tempest bypassing the barriers Rimuru put up. I have something similar in Azeroth. It's almost a necessity for any nation to have some sort of defense against teleportation, seeing as most sufficiently strong beings are capable of teleportation, if only with its most basic form. No nation wants some uber-powerful being to teleport into the center of their power and wreak havoc after all. I take a look around to make sure nothing is out of place, then head towards where I sense Rimuru is. As I am going to where I sensed Rimuru, I notice quite a few orcs going about their business. It seems that Rimuru is starting to build everything that is necessary for this festival he wants to host. Oh? Is that a coliseum? It seems that is where he is planning to host this tournament of his, though what is he doing underneath it? I easily figured out how to get down there thanks to universal sense. Felix. Are you here to pick up the list? That, and I was curious about what you plan to do with Rimuru. I'm going to make a dungeon. Like the kinds where adventurers go in to try and clear? Yup. I can have an entrance fee, along with there being a bunch of rewards for clearing each floor. I don't know the exact rules just yet, but I think this can help in getting more revenue and people to come to Tempest. I see, and I'm assuming you are going to make it with Rimuri's small world? Yup, that skill of hers is really broken. I can't even analyze it. I hear you, even I couldn't analyze it. How big do you plan to make it? Maybe around 100 or so floors. That many? How are you planning to populate the dungeon with monsters anyway? He might be able to use Veldora. He can have him at the lowest level, making the monsters that spawn from his magicules stronger and stronger the lower you go in the dungeon. I plan to use Veldora. I see, going to have him spawn monsters from his magicules then? That will also solve the issue of him holding his aura back for too long. This dungeon of yours sounds fun, maybe I can try and beat it. I jokingly say. Rimuru looks at me in alarm. Absolutely not. If you go in there, then there will be no dungeon for everyone else. You party pooper. Ugh, you're just like Veldora. Haha, well, Veldora likes to have fun, so he and I are similar when it comes to that. What's the point of living if you don't enjoy it after all? Just don't have your fun at other people's expense when you're in Tempest. No promises. Ugh, I can't win with you. Anyways, what are you going to do about the people that go into the dungeon dying? I don't think that many people will want to explore it if there is a high risk of death. I solve that issue too. Rimuru is able to make bracelets that revive the user at the entrance of the dungeon when they die. Dang, she has some pretty crazy abilities then, huh? Yup. I thought she was super weak, but then she ended up having that kind of ability. Well, don't let her hear you say that or she'll whine at you for hours. Gah. Don't remind me. We ended up hanging out for an hour before Rimuru had to go get some work done. Being an actual responsible ruler must suck, huh? He did end up giving me his list though, so now I am free to go. I ended up asking him about Hinata. Apparently Luminous ordered her with Rimuru's permission to frequent Tempest, and possibly open a branch of the Holy Knights in Tempest in order to show that they were able to reach an accord. It seems Luminous is keeping her word then. Master, a maid claiming to be the servant of Demon Lord Guy Crimson has arrived and is requesting your presence. She says she has an invitation from her master. What do you wish for me to do? That's probably the invitation to visit him. Took him long enough. Have her wait in the conference room. I'll be there shortly. Thanks, Raiden. Of course, Master. It seems Guy sent one of his primordials over. Hopefully my primordials and Guy's maid won't have any issues. Who knows what sort of old rivalries those guys could have. But I think it should be fine. They seem to get along fine at the Walpurgis after all. I quickly teleport to the conference room and am not surprised to find Arcuaid, Megaman, and Lalatina chatting with the primordial of blue. I think her name was Rain. I overhear the last bits of their conversation before they notice me. Violet, I was not aware that you chose to serve someone. It seems that Guy will soon learn that I also have the primordial of Violet as my servant. Hopefully he doesn't take it too badly that I one-upped him on who has more primordial servants. They quickly spot me, causing them to pause their conversation as Rain looks over to me. She does a curtsy. Greetings, Demon Lord Felix White-sama. I am one of Guy Crimson-sama's maids. I have been ordered to invite you to the Ice Continent at any time of your choosing. My master also ordered me to give you this letter. I took the letter she handed to me. It was sealed with the familiar aura, Guy's aura. I opened the letter, and read its contents. It said, Yo Felix. Feel free to come visit any time you want, just don't take too long, I'm bored enough as is. Thanks, you're Rain, right? The primordial of blue? Indeed, Rain is the name my master awarded me with, and I am known to some as the primordial of blue. I see, well, invitation received, feel free to stay for some food if you want. Thank you for the invitation, Felix-sama, but I must get back to my master's side. He must be waiting for my return. I see. She does another curtsy as she summons that Ecchi gate that misery used to take us to the Walpurgis. I look towards the demoness trio. Thanks for keeping an eye on her. I don't want the primordial wandering around unattended. Arcuaid bows. It was no problem, my lord. Blue isn't likely to do anything anyways. She was always a lazy one. I see. Did you guys know her well back in the demon realm? This time Megamon cut in. As if her and Vert have been serving Rouge for who knows how long? After their failed attempt at overthrowing Rouge, they were killed, and reborn as her servants. Seriously? How was Guy able to take on two fellow primordials at once? That Rouge has always been a monster among monsters, only Noir was capable of matching her back then. Even Lalatina is wary of his strength. Wait, why are they using female pronouns for Guy? Wait, you're using female pronouns? Was Guy playing female back then? Yes, among us primordials, Noir was the only one that preferred the male sex from the start. Guy only started appearing as a male once she got a material body and learned that the male one is more combat efficient. She must have been a real piece of work then, huh? Anyways, let me gather the rest up then. I need to inform you of something. Take a seat while you wait. They nodded and took a seat at the conference table. I sent out a thought communication to Siko, Raiden and Kurami. Could you three came to the conference room? I have something to inform you girls about. Yes, Felix-sama. Of course, master. I was just getting some tea ready for you. Sure, Felix-sama. I'll come over now. Thanks, I'll be waiting. I didn't end up calling Ingvild since I don't want to tell Glenda about my ability to travel worlds. I may trust Ingvild due to knowing her character, and even then I had Odin make sure she was someone I could trust. Ingvild is the kind of girl that would hate to keep secrets from one of her only friends. It's best if I don't force her to when it isn't necessary. It didn't take them long to arrive. I took the tea. Raiden hands to me. Thank you, Raiden. Now take a seat, you three. Now I brought you here to tell you about one of my skills. I'm not going to spit on your loyalty by asking you to keep it a secret, as I know none of you would do something that can potentially trouble me. These six have proven their loyalty multiple times. It would be foolish of me to doubt them now. But I imagine if word got out about my ability to travel worlds, I can imagine how big a pain in the ass the rest of the world would become if they found out I had unrestricted access to other worlders. Even Guy might be interested, seeing as there are all sorts of interesting things in other worlds. As a guy, hey, who has been around for eons, I'm sure he would love something new. Siko looks at me proudly. Of course, Felix-sama. I am your most loyal subordinate. Raiden looks like she was insulted from that comment but ignored it for now. Indeed, I would never do something like that without your permission, my master. I am your pet master. A pet's job is to be loyal to their owner. Ah, there's Kurumi with her whole pet thing. I'm still unsure about how to feel about that. Just a cultural difference, I guess? Indeed, as those three said, us demons are incredibly loyal once we find someone worthy to serve. What Blank said. My name is Arcuaid. How many times do I need to tell you this, John? You trying to pick a fight? And they are back at it again. Indeed, I am your loyal slave, my master. I may desire your punishment, but I will not resort to harming your interests. Lalatina is being her usual degenerate self, though I appreciate her loyalty. I see, thank you for your loyalty. Now, as I was saying, I have a skill that allows me to visit other worlds. I plan to visit the world I used to live in before I was reincarnated as a demon to the cardinal world. As expected of Felix-sama. Why are you agreeing with Sakio, Raiden? I have known of other worlds for a long time, but I have not heard of the ability to freely visit them. Truly astounding, my lord. I wonder if there are strong people to fight in those worlds. Megamon is being her usual self, it seems. As expected of my master. And Lalatina just doesn't care? I was expecting different reactions, to be honest. I see, I expected this to go differently, but your reactions makes this quite easy. I plan to go to my old world with just Raiden and Kurami. I won't budge on this. It took me some time to figure out if I wanted to take more than just Raiden and Kurami, but I eventually came to the decision that taking more people than necessary could cause more harm than good. Raiden and Kurami look excited at the prospect of coming to another world with me, but the others not mentioned were a different case. But Felix-sama. Who will make your tea if I'm not there? Siko, I know that you want to come with me, but trust that there is a good reason for me not bringing you. I do care for you and would bring you if I thought it necessary. Kaya. Felix-sama cares for me? And now she is in La La Land. I see, my lord. It does disappoint me that I do not get to venture into another world with you, but you must have your reasons. What a mature way to see it, as expected of Arcuaid. Why not, master? I wanna come. That was expected from Megamon. How will you slake your lusts without me, master? Am I being thrown away? And Lalatina is being Lalatina. The reason I'm not taking you guys is due to the fact that the world we are visiting has a low level of power compared to this one. I don't want us to cause unnecessary destruction, so I am limiting the amount of people I am bringing. Don't worry, I plan to visit other worlds as well, and I promise to take you all with me next time. I see, that is understandable, my lord. Even the slight use of our power can cause mass destruction. Gah. I hate how you are making sense. Ah, I see. I was worried I was being thrown away after being used by my master. I'll just ignore that. Ah, he said he likes me. And Siko is still daydreaming. How long will you be gone for, my lord? Ah, thanks for asking, RQ'd. I forgot to explain, but thanks to my skill, for you guys it will seem like I never left. I will return the moment I leave, so no time will have passed. I see, as expected. As expected? Whenever RQ'd gets like this, I've found it's best to just pretend I didn't hear anything. Megaman, Lalatina and Siko seem to all have been pacified for now as well. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions, then let's go. I look towards Raiden and Kurumi and have them stand in front of me. I am going to absorb you with my skill. I'll release you once we are somewhere safe in the other world. Once I hear her agreements, I absorb her with Beelzebub, storing her in my stomach. Once that's done, I look towards the 5 that are staying behind. Well, I'll see you when I see you. Goodbye, Felix-sama. I will make sure to prepare an amazing meal for your return. Did Siko not hear that no time will pass for them? Good luck, my lord. See you, Felix-sama. Make sure to bring back some souvenirs. Ah, what will my master do without my body to slake his lusts on? I ignored what Lalatina said and made sure to use all my presence concealment abilities just in case I pop up somewhere bothersome. I then store my demon lord ring in my stomach, as it can theoretically work in other worlds. I don't want one of the demon lords to figure out that I'm in another world somehow. That sounds like a pain in the ass to deal with. Now that I'm ready, I might as well get this started. Our bros, and the next thing I know, I was in a different world. The first words I heard when I ventured to another world for the first time were, domain expansion. Huh? Chapter 56, Vacation in Another World. Domain expansion, unlimited void. Malevolent shrine. Huh? I immediately activate thought acceleration, causing the world to look like it has almost stopped in order to process what is happening and when I just showed up. What the fuck? Is that Sukuna in Megami's body? Gojo is unsealed? Looks like a ton of stuff has happened since Gojo was sealed. Man, I really wish I could have finished Jujutsu Kaisen, maybe then I'd have an idea on what the fuck is going on. It seems like I showed up in the middle of a domain battle between Gojo and Sukuna, one that Gojo won, since it looks like Malevolent Shrine is collapsing. Now why am I not being affected by Unlimited Void's sure hit attack? Answer. Domain expansion's sure hit attack only affects those with cursed energy. Someone like Roji Zenin would not be affected by a sure hit attack, and since the master does not possess cursed energy, it does not affect you. I see, it's a good thing you have access to my memories or I'd be screwed. How does cursed energy work? It seems odd that the cardinal world has one form of energy, and then all these other worlds have other forms of energy. Do you have any explanation for that, Odin? I might as well ask all my questions, seeing as not even a millisecond has passed in the real world yet. I have all the time in the world. Upon entering this world, it was detected that a filter was placed over it by the voice of the world. This filter was likely placed due to the wishes of the true dragon Veldanova, in hopes that there would be more variety in the various worlds he had created. I see, so this filter is what allows all these different supernatural energies to exist? Correct, the filters convert magicules into different forms, so the roots of all these different energies can be traced back to magicules. I see, that's quite interesting. Since there aren't any actual magicules in the air, how will magicule breeder reactor function? Since cursed energy's origins can be traced back to magicules, Odin can convert magicules into cursed energy, and vice versa after analyzing the filter places over the world. Whoa. Now that's something. So can you change magicules into basically any energy as long as that energy comes from magicules in some way? Correct, as long as Odin can analyze the filter in question, it should be possible to convert magicules into the energy said filter is responsible for. Damn, that's badass. Nice work, Odin. Query, can Odin change some of the master's magicules into cursed energy in order to analyze the technique known as domain expansion, unlimited void? Will there be any side effects on me? I'm not sure if even I am capable of brushing its effects off. Answer, Odin will take care of all of it. I see, I trust you, Odin, so go and for it. I feel some of my magicules turn into a different energy, though one not entirely dissimilar from magicules. I remember that cursed energy's foundation lies in negative emotions. Now that I know what to look for, I can feel the cursed energy all around me. and all of a sudden I was bombarded with what felt like infinite information. Notice. It has been detected that the Master's mind has been overloaded with 7,884,000 seconds of information in 1/10 of a second. Odin will divert the information to 8 parallel operations, and then analyze the ability. I immediately reactivate thought acceleration in order to process what just happened. So that's how it feels to have a bunch of information just shoved into your head. Not a fun feeling. It looks like Odin had to lower my thought acceleration for a moment, but I did give her permission to do whatever. So what did you figure out, Odin? Notice, those affected by unlimited void have all the actions one has taken throughout their life forced upon them over and over, causing the target to become immobilized as they are incapable of processing such a vast amount of information. I see, that matches what I remember hearing from my first life. An ability like that would prove troublesome even back in the cardinal world, though that's only on a condition that it works on those without cursed energy. I expand my senses to figure out what is going on outside the domain expansion and am not surprised when I find numerous individuals in an observation room of some sort. A fight like this, one between the two strongest beings in this world, though they aren't the strongest anymore seeing as I'm here now, is bound to be observed by numerous third parties. Even further than the observation room I can feel a barrier locking everyone into this area, with 9 others just like it all around Japan. They seem to be connected to each other through barriers that also act as a sort of boundary. I can feel tons of spirits made up of negative emotions all around everywhere too. Those must be cursed spirits. Part of me is curious and wants to kidnap one and take them to the cardinal world. I wonder how they would evolve if I named them. But still, these Jujutsu sorcerers seriously let them get out of control. I can feel a ton of them all throughout Japan. That isn't all, Shibuya has basically been erased off the map. Seriously, what the fuck is going on? And then there is a barrier surrounding all of Japan. I can feel it drawing in the cursed energy from all around the planet and focusing it all into Japan. That must be the reason Jujutsu sorcerers are so uncommon abroad. Tenjin made it that way. The barriers shouldn't be a problem for me to deal with. Along with that, while I don't sense any magicules, I can sense spiritrons, which isn't surprising. Spiritrons are the building blocks of spiritual matter like magicules, aura, holy power, and it seems cursed energy as well. Query. May Odin take control of one of the Master's body doubles to conduct detailed analysis of the surroundings? Ah, you're talking about the skill body double, right? Correct. Will I still have access to you when you are in the body double? Yes, Odin is capable of utilizing a body double, and being available to the Master if necessary. However, the further the body double goes from the Master, the less abilities the body double will have access to. I see, so it's kind of like Wi-Fi, the further away you go from me, the less of your abilities you have access to. Alright, then go for it. I gained access to the body double skill through Moss. His unique skill has body double as a sub-skill. I watch as Odin creates a body double with 20% of my total magicule capacity. The magicules I'm spending on the body double can't be regenerated with magicule breeder reactor, as the magicules used in the creation of a body double is the amount of magicules the body double has access to. I'm basically splitting off a portion of my power and giving it to the body double to use. The resulting body double looks just like me except, with red eyes, and a far more expressionless face. Body doubles are capable of using all the arts I have access to, along with my lower level skills, and since Odin is the one piloting the body, she is capable of using all her abilities through the double if at a lesser extent than what she is normally capable of. Thought acceleration, and parallel operation for the win. Odin seemed excited, it seems even she wanted to see what was up with a new world. Once Odin leaves I lower my thought acceleration as I'm flying high up into the sky in order to get a better view. I'm curious how a fight between Gojo and Sukuna will go. My presence is still completely concealed so no one should be able to detect me unless I allow it. I even put up an illusion to hide my form just in case. I bet Gojo is likely to win seeing as he is basically the protagonist of Jujutsu Kaisen. My man literally carries the entire series. Sukuna isn't a fool either though, he wouldn't be fighting head-on like this if he didn't have a plan. I wonder how he is going to get past infinity. His domain expansion's sure-hit effect will work, but that's only if Gojo lets Sukuna deploy his domain without any countermeasures. I watch as Gojo rushes at Sukuna while he is still being affected by unlimited void. Is this it? All of a sudden a Shikigami of some sort appears in front of Sukuna. It seems even Gojo is wary of this Shikigami. It's likely one of the Shikigami from Megami's 10 Shadows. I wonder what that wheel on its back signifies? Oh? It seems Gojo is going to attempt to take it out in one shot. Cursed technique reversal. Unfortunately before Gojo can cast red, the Shikigami interrupts him. How odd, shouldn't it be affected by unlimited void? What? Even Gojo is surprised. Megami's soul. Oh? It looks like you have something on your mind. They ended up trading jabs back and forth before getting to what I was really interested in. Unlimited Void, an ability that activates once inside your domain. Honestly, I figured it was going to be a real pain. This guy is acting rather smug for having to use external means to escape Unlimited Void. Though I guess that is a power on its own. He hijacked Megami's body so he gets its abilities. I do wonder what is so special about the 10 shadows for someone like Sukuna to desire it though. That's why my first move was taking it out of the deck. While unable to use amplification in the domain, I had Fushiguro Megami adapt to Unlimited Void using his technique. Huh? You can adapt to a domain expansion? All he took was the process of adaptation, not the result of it, right? I'm completely lost. It is likely that the individual known as Sukuna pushed the strain of Unlimited Void onto the soul of the individual he is possessing, allowing him to use an ability of some sort to adapt to Unlimited Void. I see. Now how the hell was he able to adapt to a domain expansion? If it can adapt to other things as well, then that just sounds absurd. If someone got a skill like that in the cardinal world, they are basically guaranteed to become someone of renown as long as they don't fuck up and die before they adapt to basically everything. Now I'm really curious about this new ability of Sukuna's. Sukuna, you haven't actually adapted Megami's soul to Unlimited Void. If I open my domain again, Mayharuga won't be able to bail you out. I'll destroy you in one attack. So the Shikigami's name is Mayharuga. Could that Shikigami be responsible for this whole adaptation thing Sukuna has going on? Kuakaku. Ah. He has the Diablo laugh. You can no longer open your domain. Using reverse curse technique to heal your exhausted innate curse technique, you've been using cursed energy to damage your brain, and then refreshing your brain with reverse curse technique. You've reached a limit different from the physical. If you expand your domain you will die the moment you do so, not to mention that it will be far too weak to affect me. I'll close my domain now and carve you to pieces. I'll even adapt to that infinity of yours. That's possible? Is that wheel on Sukuna's back responsible for his adaptation? Domain expansion. It seems like I'll have to step in. Oh? His domain isn't expanding. Notice. It is likely that the individual known as Sukuna took a blow from Unlimited Domain for a fraction of a millisecond, causing his brain to sustain enough damage to make domain expansion impossible. I see, thanks Odin. Without you I'd be completely lost here. It seems they are going to fight in pure hand-to-hand combat now that they both can't use their domains. I wish I had some popcorn. This is entertaining. They are both kinda sorta strong. For this world they are probably unbeatable. In the cardinal world though, well, they are just slightly bigger bugs. Oh? The wheel on Sukuna's back is turning. You need 4 spins total, yeah? That leaves 3 more. So the wheel needs to spin 4 times in order to adapt to something then. 3 more spins of the wheel until Mayharuga adapts to my infinity. So the adaptation ability isn't Sukuna's, rather it is Mayharuga's. Theoretically Odin should be able to delay Mayharuga's adaptation if not completely negate it with the sub-skill she gained from Usurper. Hehe, I got 3 more spins to beat you up then. Ah yes, the mutual shit-talking mid-fight is always great. It's no wonder Gojo Satoru is considered the fastest man on the planet. No amount of speed can beat rapid teleportation like what he and I can do with Blue. But speed alone isn't enough. Gosh, only 2 more spins until he adapts now. 1 more spin left. Not even Red was able to deal with Sukuna, though it seems like Gojo has a plan in mind seeing as the Red he just fired hasn't detonated yet. It looks like Sukuna used domain amplification to minimize the damage Red initially dealt to him. Such sloppiness. Lost your cool after your hand was revealed? Ah, I know that grin Gojo has. It's the grin I have when I fuck with someone. You know, that Red just now didn't explode. I see. That's a smart move, using the building layout to his advantage. Boom, Gojo had Red hit Sukuna from behind after taking a full loop around the building, and it looks like his plan worked. Oh? And Gojo landed a black flash on Sukuna as well. That's gotta hurt. Black flash basically increases someone's control over cursed energy temporarily and multiplies the output of an attack, something that Odin is capable of doing quite easily with my skills and its own perfect control over magicules. It's due to the increase in control over cursed energy that it is said that using Black Flash draws out 120% of your potential. It leads to a greatly increased performance in combat. It looks like Sukuna is going to need some more help to get out of this one. At least I will get to understand Mayharuga a bit more now since Sukuna just summoned him again. Phase, Paramita, and Pillar of Light. Cursed technique reversal. He's even using the chance now. Oh? Mayharuga is on the offense and isn't being affected by Infinity. It seems it was able to adapt to it. Is there a way for you to analyze that ability and give it to me, Odin? Notice. It is recommended that the master consumes the entity known as Mayharuga with Beelzebub. I see, having any level of adaptation will be useful, so I'll watch the fight for a little bit longer before consuming Mahiruga. This fight was getting boring to watch anyway. At this point I'm just curious about what other abilities these two are going to pull out. It looks like Fortunate One worked its magic by making me appear at this very moment, setting things up so I will have the opportunity to acquire that adaptation ability. While Mahiruga is on the offense, Sukuna is on protection duty, making sure Gojo doesn't permanently deal with Mahiruga. Did he just throw a fire extinguisher at Gojo? Well, he's gotta do what he's gotta do, I guess. Oh? Is he compressing water into an attack? Man, if that hits, it's gotta hurt. Notice, the fired water beam is capable of reaching the speed of sound due to being reinforced with cursed energy. The speed of sound? That's impressive. It isn't a threat to me, seeing as I am capable of moving at close to light speed with perception that far surpasses that. Sound moves at about 340 meters per second, while light moves at 300 million meters per second. They aren't even comparable. But in a world like this, I bet it's damn near impossible to avoid by anyone other than those at the top of this verse. Gojo wasn't even able to avoid the attack either, since Mahiruga had erased Gojo's infinity, allowing Sukuna the perfect opportunity to land a hit. That Shikigami of Sukuna's is basically another opponent. Gojo is seriously getting ganged up on. Haha. Don't misunderstand, this isn't a 2-on-1, it's a 3-on-1. No. Totality. Gojo might be in serious trouble here, but I do want to see how this fight is going to go, just out of pure curiosity at this point. Raiden and Kurumi should be fine as they are inside of my stomach. I even set it up to where they can view a projection of the outside world through my eyes so they aren't bored. Gojo is doing quite well for taking on 3 opponents at once. Red. Oh? That was a direct hit, and yet Mahiruga seems to barely be affected by Red. He only took 1 hit from Red head on earlier and has already adapted to this extent. That means that the adaptation is likely done gradually. If he wants to take Mahiruga out, he has to do it in 1 hit before Mahiruga starts to adapt. Hollow Purple should be able to deal with it. The only problem is actually landing the attack. Sukuna's newest summon, New I think is its name, has a few abilities. It can fly, which can be useful in this world since it isn't as easy to fly here as it is in the Cardinal world. An aerial advantage has the potential to be deadly depending on both parties' strengths. It's what Frey is known for after all. It also has purple-colored electricity that should be capable of stunning the opponent. Shikigamis might be the way to go in this world, there are so many of them, and they all have useful abilities. Though I guess that's only on the condition that the user has the 10 Shadows technique, or else I bet it would be a lot harder to get such a useful Shikigami. Gash. And that's an arm gone for Gojo. It seems Mahiruga has some slashing ability, similar to what Sukuna used to kill that special grade spirit that had one of his fingers early on in the series. I would step in now. After all, I don't want Gojo dead. I like his character. Of course he may be different in real life, but I have a positive impression of him at the very least. However, it seems like he has a plan of some sort and I want to see what he has in mind. Gojo turned towards New. You know, I've been thinking. You just don't fit in with this crowd. Maximum output blue. And there goes New. Gojo even managed to land another black flash. This fight might not be anywhere close to my level, but it is still kinda fun to watch, sorta like watching 2 children fight each other with sticks. Huh? Am I becoming arrogant? Nah, it must be my imagination. Apostrophe. Did you say something, Odin? Negative. Weird. Phase. Paramita. Pillar of Light. Cursed technique reversal. Mahiruga. So that's his plan, to merge the red he just fired with the blue he fired earlier when he took out New, in order to create Hollow Purple. That's a good idea, it can definitely catch your opponent off guard. I'll have to remember that if I ever have to go to such lengths to win a battle, then it will definitely come in handy. Sukuna ordered Mahiruga to prevent the red and blue from colliding, but its adaptation will backfire on it if Gojo plays this right. It seems like Gojo is going to use the attractive force of blue to give a boost to his speed, and get in between the blue and Mahiruga. Now with Mahiruga out of the way, it looks like Sukuna is getting slightly desperate. He is even recycling old moves by sending that water beam at red in the hopes it detonates early. Too slow. Yikes, Gojo just barely missed the opportunity to prevent Sukuna from firing his water beam. Phase. Twilight. The Eyes of Wisdom. It seems he will have blue activate to swallow the water beam. That's a good way of dealing with the attack. 9 ropes. Polarized light. Grow and declaration. The gap between within and without. Here it comes. I've done this so many times myself, but I always find myself excited when using this move. Even if mine is far superior to Gojo's due to the difference in power between us, this will still be enjoyable to watch. I could feel a grin on my face as I heard Gojo say, Hollow technique, purple. I'm glad I didn't interrupt this fight, Watching these two fight for their very lives is amazing. I'd feel bad if I interrupted earlier. I'm sure these two are having one hell of a time. Notice. There is a high chance that the hollow purple that the individual known as Gojo Satoru fired will destroy the entity known as Mayhariga. It is recommended for the master to protect, or consume Mayhariga now. Got it? Might as well make one hell of an entrance then. I stop concealing my presence, as I start to release my own aura slightly, not enough to spawn monsters, but enough to show that I mean business. I also get rid of the illusion covering my physical form. I quickly appear in front of Mayhariga at a speed most aren't capable of following. In this world I don't think there is anyone who can follow my movement. It seems like both Gojo and Sukuna are aware of my presence now as they are looking at me in shock. Unfortunately they are far too late to do anything about it. I grab Mayhariga by the neck and teleport out of the blast radius of the hollow purple Gojo just created. All of that took place within 0.5 seconds. Hollow purple is known for being able to hurt the caster in certain circumstances, as well as the surroundings, and the hollow purple that Gojo just fired was far stronger than his standard hollow purple. It's likely that even Gojo was hit by his own hollow purple as this was an omnidirectional blast rather than a directional one. Once the blast settled down I could see that Sukuna and Gojo were both heavily injured. I'm surprised that Sukuna was able to survive that hollow purple. Sukuna was leaning against a wall, while Gojo was barely able to stand upright, but both of them were staring at me. I decide to deal with Mayhariga first, seeing as I don't want to take any chances with it.